Bath Makeover of Arkansas is an official sponsor of Razorback Athletics. In as little as one day, we'll take your old bathtub down to the studs and complete the installation of your brand new custom-designed walk-in shower. The first 50 homeowners who call Bath Makeover of Arkansas at 1-800-NEW-BATH will receive 75% off installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 18 months, no interest, no payments, senior and military discounts. You'll receive a $200 Amazon gift card with purchase, and call 1-800-NEW-BATH now to receive a $25 Restaurant.com gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. And it can all be found at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is orange chicken for only $7.49 per pound, paired with vegetable fried rice for just $4.99 per pound.
Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz.
My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. 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 Be humble. Sit down.
All right, here we go. What's up? Glad you're with us. Game day. Let's play a little football tonight. NFL starting up. Cowboys and Eagles. Ready for that game tonight. Just ready for the NFL. Let's get that going. We got the college football out of the way. Had a great weekend watching a bunch of college football games. Now we get to do it again, but throw the NFL on top of it.
Oh yeah. This is exciting times because you're gonna have a game tonight, tomorrow night, and then Sunday, Monday. So Saturday will be reserved for college football, but NFL Thursday through Monday minus Saturday.
Cowboys, Eagles. What's the latest line? You know what? I've been looking at lines and Bet Saracen for so long, but I don't know if I've even looked at the Cowboys-Eagles line since it first came out. What was that, like 6 weeks ago when the original line came out? I haven't paid attention to it. I don't have a good feeling, honestly, for the Cowboys. I have zero expectations.
That's a big line. No, it had to move. According to Bet Saracen, Eagles 8.5. Over-under is 48.5.
Wow. Okay.
It's a big line.
It is. 8.5. See, it came out 7.5 originally. Cowboys were like a touchdown dog. And I agreed with that. I still agree with it. 8.5. Over-under was 46.
I think 46.5. So it may have gone up a couple points.
Okay. I like the over.
Oh, you think it's going to be points scored here?
I do. I think Cowboys' offense is going to be good this season. And I've said it numerous times. They're going to have to score 30 points to win a lot of games this year. And I think tonight's one of those games. If they want to have an opportunity to win, they're going to put up a bunch of points because I don't have faith in the defense, and now no Micah Parsons. And, look, they're still banged up. They're trying to get some guys back defensively that had some season-ending injuries last year, and still some of them aren't back, so they're a little short-handed defensively. Philadelphia's going to score some points. They have a good offense. I am curious to see what the trade and the new defensive tackle, if that helps Dallas slow down the run, because they've been atrocious in the past years. One of the worst teams in the NFL at stopping the run. So
you know what Eagles want to do and what they do best? They want to run it.
They want to run. So Cowboys got to load up on the run, try to stop that tonight. But I do think the Cowboys are going to score some points. And there's that Super Bowl hangover game one type thing that with all the pomp and festivities, sometimes that can be a distraction. We've seen Super Bowl teams lose on their first game.
It used to be a hangover, but I think the fact that all the focus is there and you're the lone standing game, it's a ring ceremony, or you get to see the banner drop. I think that's taking that away where there's a hangover. They're thinking about this first game, and everybody else is thinking about this first game. Now, in years past, it has been before they started doing this kickoff special, different circumstances. But now you're prepared for it. That doesn't mean you can't get beat, but you're at least prepared for it.
I did see a tweet yesterday. The Eagles are going to be in the locker room. They're not going to be out there for the banner ceremony when they unveil it.
Nick Sirianni said that, that was last year. Now they have games ahead of them, and they're not even thinking, they're not looking back, and they're not looking forward, saying that we're going to be back-to-back champs. He said they're just taking it game by game, and if that puts them in a position once regular season is over and they're in playoff position, then they can start thinking about, okay, now we're on track to get back to where we were or get to where we want to be once again.
Yeah, I feel even better about the over tonight. 7 touchdowns. That's what you need, 7 touchdowns. 4 for the Eagles, 3 for the Cowboys. That's 49 points, right? 7 times 7 is 49.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. In fact, I think there's 50-plus points scored in this game. I think one team reaches the 30s and the other team reaches the 20s. I mean, I'm looking at like 55, 56 points. So overs that's my bet for tonight, the over on the Cowboys-Eagles. And you know what? The homer in me, I would take the Cowboys in the 8.5. That's a lot of points.
It is a lot of points.
It's a division game. It's a rivalry game. So, but I'm not taking that bet. All right, what we got today? We're going to talk Razorbacks, Arkansas State, of course. Ethan Westerman will join us, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, WholeHogSports.com. Get the very latest from him on the Razorbacks. Had Coach Pittman last night with his coach's show. Richard Davenport at 2:10. A little recruiting update from him. Calipari and the Razorbacks got some recruits coming in and had hosted a recruit. Mickey Spagnola at 2:30. Live from Philadelphia. Get the very latest from Mickey and see if he's got a feeling on tonight's game. And speaking of picks, Brian Edwards at 3:30 will join us to give us his picks for this weekend. And I'll have to check and see. Brian sent me a list of games that he would like to talk about, and I'm not even sure if he had tonight's game on there.
Oh, it should be. It should be. But, Brian, he picks and chooses the games he likes most. But by this being the first game, should be.
Yeah. He's got a little thought on the game tonight, so we'll hit on that with Brian Edwards. And then Joe and I, we're going to make our picks, the official picks for the NFL season.
And guess what we have? We have a look back at
last year.
Season. Yes.
That's
gonna
got
be
it?
really, yeah.
I couldn't find it.
It's going to be interesting. Oh, man, I don't think we got anything right. MVP. I picked Tua. You went with Aaron Rodgers.
Whoa, what a pick, Wes.
Yeah.
Good gosh.
Oh, you lined it all up.
Oh, that's right. I was on the Jets last
all
year.
All in on the Jets.
I was. That's right.
Offensive Player of the Year, Tyreek Hill, Christian McCaffrey. So Christian McCaffrey was out.
Injuries.
At the beginning of the season, and he only played a few games. Defensive Player of the Year, T.J. Watt, Micah Parsons. They both finished, I think, 3rd and 4th.
Top 5?
Yeah, yeah. So they were there
Okay.
in the conversation. Offensive Rookie of the Year, you got this one right. I went Caleb Williams. You went Jaden Daniels. Defensive Rookie of the Year, and we'll have to look on these to see exactly how that shook out. But Latu Latu.
Mm-hmm.
We both went with Latu Latu. Comeback Player of the Year, I went Anthony Richardson. You went Aaron Rodgers. Coach of the Year, Dan Quinn. You went Robert Saleh.
He got fired. Did Dan Quinn win?
What's that?
Did Dan Quinn win Coach of the Year?
No.
It's a good pick, though, Jeff.
I think it was Kevin O'Connell, because season that Vikings had. AFC wildcard teams. We can take a look at this when we start looking at division winners. But that's just a taste of it, though, with those postseason awards.
How'd we do in division winners?
Divisions, it's on a separate page, so we'll look at that when we start making some of these picks, because we're going to pick division winners this year also.
Okay.
But our Super Bowl matchups, Dolphins-Lions, you went Lions-Jets.
Jets. God.
So we both took teams from AFC East.
I was all in on those Jets. I remember, man. It was something about Saleh, and I was watching one of the videos, and I was just sold that he was going to turn them around, and Aaron Rodgers was going to have that breakout year.
There was Hard Knocks that did it.
Hard Knocks did it. You're exactly right. You're right. And the defense. I love their defense, and just finally getting an offensive quarterback, that was going to be the difference. And, boy, was I dumb. Good Lord.
They won some games at the end of season, but if they had to get off to a better start to get to where they wanted to be, and they didn't.
All right, let's see here. Oh, we got plenty of time. 661-1037 if you want to hop in here. I was pulling up the D3 Auto Sales text line. Don't forget you can always hit us up over there, or you can give us a call as we get ready for our first guest, Ethan Westerman with the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, WholeHogSports.com. I spent the morning, or part of my morning, continuing our preview because I'm on the broadcast crew, TV broadcast crew for UAPB and UCA. Yesterday we talked UAPB. Today Nathan Brown joined us. And I tell you what, one of the things that stuck out to me, and it's talking with both coaches, after their first game, UAPB going to Texas Tech and UCA going to Missouri, these coaches feel like this is honestly like their season opener. Last week was one of those where you go and make your money, you get your check, and as Coach Brown told me, he feels like the gap has widened between the FCS teams and your top 30 teams in FBS, the teams that are spending the money and doing what it takes to have a good program. He said that gap has never been wider. And he's like, it is hard for us to judge, to look at the tape at some of these. He's like, honestly, it was like we were playing an NFL team with Missouri, with the players that they have, that they went out and spent, and the players that they got. He's like, now we get to play 11 straight games against FCS opponents. Now we find out what we truly have. Now we can compete. And I was like, so in a sense, this is like a season opener? He's like, exactly. I was talking to my coaches about this earlier this week, that it's like a brand new season now. We did what we had to do. We went and played Missouri. We collected our check. And now we're on a level playing field again. And we get to see how our players can play against other players of similar talent. So both of these are so excited about this game, but then they're excited about the in-state matchup. As Coach Brown said, it's history that Arkansas and Arkansas State are playing for the first time. But it is history that for the first time ever in this state's history, all four teams are playing each other. All four Division I teams are playing each other on the same weekend.
That's why it needs to happen more often.
And it's happening within 30 miles of each other. You got War Memorial and then at UCA, one at 4, one at 6. He's like, this is a day that can be celebrated in Arkansas football history. that the four teams are playing against each other on the same day. But they felt like it's an honor, to be a part of that and to be able to host those games. And UCA's got a lot of cool things. They unveiled it Sunday night to the players for the first time ever in school history. And he said, this is a cool story too. He said that, he was preaching to the team Sunday about turning the page. They had to turn the page from that Missouri game. It's over. Now our season's starting. And it's all about doing something new. And he sent in one of their team captains from last year and this year when they're returning players. And he got on the full uniform of what they're going to wear. And it includes a purple helmet. And for the first time ever, UCA is going to wear a purple helmet. They've worn white. They've worn the shades of gray or silver. But for the first time ever in school history, they're going to have a all-purple helmet. And he said he came running out on the practice field when his coach talked about, we're turning the page, it's a new season, and it's a new look, and here he comes, and the team went wild and crazy, and they're all excited about the purple helmet and that purple look. So that's another kind of little attraction to that UCA UAPB game.
Who says that uniforms don't mean something? Players, they love it.
Oh, my gosh, Joe. I mean, that's what he was talking about, just the reaction from the team and just being – jacked up to be a part of school history and to have that look. Is that look? We're not Oregon where we got like 10 different helmets, but because of it was time to turn in some old helmets and get some new helmets, they were able to get the purple helmets. And he said, we're going to have 2 helmets. We're going to wear them throughout the year. We'll keep, the other helmets too and wear those at times too. But yeah, no, you're exactly right. The look means a lot to these college athletes.
UCA has a white and a gray helmet.
I think in the past maybe they did. This year I think it's just going to be the white and the purple.
Okay.
2 different helmets. Let's go back and look here at the D3 Auto Sales text line. Is the Broncos former running back the starting running back for the Cowboys now? If so, should I start him in my flex in my fantasy? I would say do not start him. What is Jamal Williams? Is that right?
I don't think it's Jamal, but it is
Williams. Yeah.
Javonte Williams.
Javonte did not get I don't know if he took a snap in the preseason. I think he skipped all the games. So I don't know what they're going to do at running back. They got They got 3-headed monster there. They're talking.
Yeah, Blue should be good for them.
Yeah. Add some speed. But he got nicked up in the last preseason game. Had to leave the game. It wasn't serious, but I think he rolled his ankle or something. But
he'll be all right.
He'll be worked in. But I think they're going to share the carries, and I don't see one, for now.
Bring back Zeke.
Christian McCaffrey can't make it through a season. He's always has the sniffles. That's from Grant and Cabot. Double down on the on Rodgers West Steelers all the way.
Oh, boy.
Comeback. Can he be the comeback player of the year this year?
No. Because it's not based on performance anymore. At one time, maybe so. But it's based more on if you had an injury or if you had something going on traumatic, you come back.
It was pretty traumatic, that experience with the Jets.
Javonte Williams is listed as starter. Yeah, but Miles Sanders, Jaden Blue.
Yes. Let's remind me, or you ask. Let's ask Mickey what he expects out of the running back rotation tonight. Hogs offensive line needs improvement. We had too many rush plays for 1 or 2 yards against a bad team. I disagree with that. That's been well chronicled and talked about. Alabama A&M did everything to load the box. They played a lot of man-to-man coverage. Arkansas took advantage of that and a lot of times it was Taylor Green switching the play when he saw the box and saw what they were doing defensively and trust his guys, and they better. Arkansas's wide receivers better beat Alabama A&M cornerbacks in man-to-man coverage, and they did that all day long. I think you saw it in the second half more, and I think that was more of a directive from the bench. Let's run the ball. Let's go ahead. Look, we got our points. Let's run it. I know you'll count the box and think we need to change the play, but let's run it. And they started running the ball. I'll look it up. Yards per carry was not bad at all. It wasn't great, But you got to keep in mind what Alabama A&M was doing. They came in with the game plan. You're not going to run the ball on us. We're going to make you throw it and see if Taylor Green can do it. So just keep your optimism up a little bit and see what happens with a team like Arkansas State. Is Arkansas State going to load the box and try the same game plan, or do they do something a little different? I did not think the offensive line looked bad at all. I was, in fact, pleased with the offensive line. JW says, Wes, looking back on how you guys was off, laughing out loud, can we trust your knowledge on football, laughing out loud? Preseason picks are hard. They are hard. And we like to have a little fun with it.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be easy to say Chiefs versus Eagles in the Super Bowl, right? That's the easy pick.
In this window, yeah. Last 3 years, maybe we could have said it.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I want to be different. I want to have a little fun. Hey, guys, the Maumelle High School Band is renting the War Memorial red seat cushions at the game Saturday. They're only $15 each. That is nice to hear, Josh. Josh, if people want one of these cushions, what do they need to do? Maumelle High School is renting? Yeah, we need some more information because I bet there are some listeners that would love to pay $15 for a fundraiser for the band and have a seat cushion to sit in. So what's next? What's the next step? Where do they find them? Lance says, I honestly don't think Dallas will ever be great after watching America's Team documentary, and I've been a Dallas fan my whole life. Lance, I'll be honest with you, those same thoughts went through my head at times watching the documentary.
But it's a new season, right?
Sometimes you can catch lightning in a bottle twice. I like the fact Will McClay is their director of scouting, he's like a general manager, but without the title. The Cowboys have been able to pay him a lot of money for whatever title he has. He's been interviewed. People wanted to interview for their team as a general manager. I see him as the quote-unquote general manager. We all know Jerry is the general manager, but I think he relies a lot on Will McClay. And I think he's had some success in recent drafts.
Will McClay is in a perfect situation, though. There's no pressure on him as a GM. You get the check, you get some recognition, but there's no pressure because everything is on Jerry. The focus is on Jerry for everything.
So maybe, in a way, I'm twisting this, but in a way, this is kind of like the Herschel Walker trade, albeit you only get 3 players/picks as opposed to 5 with the Vikings. But maybe they can parlay this into some very talented players that creates the youth movement, and this team is ready to roll.
Yeah, I mean, so Will McClay, what he's going to do, though, he'll evaluate the talent, pass that on to Jerry. Then it's up to Jerry if he wants to take that talent or he wants to go in a different direction.
All right, here we go. If you want the seat cushions, $15. Maumelle High School Band, support them. Josh says, come see me at Gate 1 and 7. We have tables set up. Gate 1, Gate 7 to get your seat cushions. Good deal. Thank you. Thanks, Josh. Glad we could pass that along. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, Ethan Westerman will join us. Talk a little Razorback football with him, get an update from the Hill. Then at 2:10, we got Richard Davenport following the Razor Hog update brought to you by Yingling Flight. It's going to be a fun day. Mickey Spagnola at 2:30, live from Philadelphia. NFL tonight. Got high school football tonight, too. College football? Is there a college football game tonight?
Yeah, probably so. Probably. We'll have to see exactly what it is.
Okay. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Beechwood Hospitality presents coverage of the Dallas Cowboys on 103.7 The Buzz. Beechwood Hospitality, the leader in hotel property management.
This is SportsCenter.
Arkansas Razorback head coach Sam Pittman took part in the SEC teleconference yesterday. He talked about the historic first matchup with Arkansas State this Saturday.
Coach Jones has done a wonderful job at Arkansas State. Steady, getting better each and every year. Won a lot of games here recently, 6 or 7 out of their last 9 or 10. Won their bowl game last year. They have a lot of speed. Well coached. And looking forward to going over to Little Rock and playing the first game ever between Arkansas State and the University of Arkansas.
Arkansas State head coach Butch Jones also spoke to the media about the matchup.
Here in the state of Arkansas, it's monumental. Both institutions have never played before. So that's really kind of hard to believe, but these schools haven't played, and then we're going to play the game in Little Rock. So again, it's going to be a great, event really for the entire state of Arkansas.
That game will be at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Coverage can be heard on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network. Tune in each week when Susan Irwin Prowl shares her Keys to the Weekend music events calendar with Justin and DJ. Brought to you by Willie D's and Big Red Dog Productions. Big Red Dog Productions is your gateway to music excellence in Central Arkansas and beyond. Visit entertainersguide.com to see the weekly calendar and submit your shows.
Nothing beats a big win, but remember, playing smart means knowing your limits. Keep the game fun, not stressful. For confidential support, visit arpgcouncil.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER. Responsible play, it's always a winning strategy.
Make your yard the envy of the neighborhood with Cabot Outdoors. Right now, purchase a Hustler Fast Track Series mower. Get your choice of a free pressure washer or generator. An unbeatable bonus of up to $799. For the month of September, get an extra $500 off. Supplies are limited. Offer ends September 30th. The Hustler Fast Track delivers precision, comfort, and durability for homeowners who demand more. Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pine Street, Cabot, or take a look on Facebook.
Mickey Hennard for Hennard Foothills Equipment in Searcy. We've been selling and servicing Kubota equipment since 1991. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, we pride ourselves in an honest sales experience and unmatched service after the sale. We carry Kubota tractors, mowers, construction, and hay equipment. If you allow us to be your Kubota dealer of choice, we promise not to let you down. Come see us on Main Street in Searcy. Hennard Foothills Equipment, we're your hometown Kubota dealer no matter where you live.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LIFE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LIFE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LIFE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code LIFE.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Justin Sollers, Dan Cook, or Brian Kress in North Little Rock today.
Would you like to win the ultimate hunting ATV? Stop by Honda of Russellville right now through October 17th to win a new Honda 4-man 4x4 ATV with winch, tire, and wheel package. Check us out online at hondarussellville.com or on Facebook.
Out of Bounds, live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio.
Whose world is this? The world is yours. The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this?
Welcome back. Breaking news. I know it's going to shock you, but Acre screwed up and forgot to give away some tickets. So we're going to give those tickets away from him. I know you didn't say it to really announce it like that. I just took that upon myself. I'm going to be there. I'm excited. I really am. A-State in Arkansas is going to be a lot of fun, but UCA, UAPB, come on. And I was talking with Nathan Brown earlier today, and they're expecting a really big crowd. If you would like to go to that game, UCA, A-State, UCA, UAPB, got too many dang letters in my head. We got free tickets. I'm not even going to make you answer a question. I'm not going to do trivia because we got a guest coming on. Joe is back there, and he can answer the phone once he gets Ethan Westerman on and give you some tickets for free. If you want to go to the UCA UAPB game up in Conway, free tickets. Absolutely free. Let's bring in Ethan. No. You got phone problems again? All right, we'll take a quick look at the D3 Auto Sales text line while we're getting Ethan on. 501 writes in, says, Wes, the baby needs shoes. What's the best target on Saracen for the game on Saturday? Over, guys, over. I think it's a very high-scoring game. I think Arkansas is going to score 40. I want to see them score 50, but I think they're in the 40s. And I think A-State's going to score points. I think they're going to score in the 20s. Add that up, that's 60-plus points right there. That's over. I got the over in that game. I think that's the best bet for Saturday's game. Ethan Westerman joins us now. Hey, man, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. Just got done. We had our Hogs Illustrated luncheon up here. Had Hunter Yurchek in the building. So got to hear from him. Obviously, pretty big week. And the 80s were all going down there playing Arkansas State. First time ever, and then going down to War Memorial for, at least for right now, the last time.
No breaking news. He didn't announce a new contract with War Memorial Stadium or another game with A-State?
He did not. He did, he reiterated that right now they don't have another game contracted down there. He said never say never, with going down there and playing again. Might be something in the future, but as of right now, there are no plans, to go back and play a game there. It's just, sure it's been the talk all week, on sports radio, but it's just the benefits of playing in Fayetteville right now are so high from both a revenue standpoint and from, just another weekend getting to host recruits up here for not just football, that's for every sport. So, it's bittersweet because there's a lot of Razorback memories down there, obviously a lot of good ones, but it just might have run its course.
Yeah, I think that's the feeling, and there are those, and I'm one of them. I'd still like to see a game played down here every couple of years, every 2 years, every 4 years, and with the 9-game now, that's going to create a different issue for the all ADs. But with the 9-game SEC schedule, that means 1 year you got 5 home SEC games, and then the next year you only have 4. So I know you can't afford to play in Little Rock on the year you only have 4 home SEC games because you don't want to take one of your non-conference games away too. So I think there should be a world where they could figure it out when they're having 5 home games, SEC home games, and take a non-conference game and play down here. But I'm afraid, like you said, that may have run its course.
Yeah, and it's just whenever you look at the other side of the advantages of playing all your games in Fayetteville, it's really from a revenue standpoint. I mean, the bottom line is usually the bottom line.
Especially now.
In today's era where they're trying to raise all this money, they earn, Hunter Yurchek said, like 7 figures more playing in Fayetteville for the home game. It's a lot of that's attributed to, having your luxury suites up here. You have your season ticket holders, bigger stadium. It's just, and then the advantages for all the sports of getting to host recruits on campus. It's one of those things where, back in the day, I think that War Memorial, and I grew up going to these games. I'm from Hot Springs. I mean, I love going to them growing up, and I see both sides of it for sure because I have those fond memories of going to the games. But, having been up here now and seeing how a recruiting weekend benefits not only the football team but just every sport, I could see why, you're kind of hurting yourself against all of your other, SEC counterparts who are hosting recruits those same weekends whenever you're, like, for instance, this year they played week 1 in Fayetteville. They're not going to have another game there until the 27th. So it's bittersweet, though, because, I grew up, I was one of the highlights of my year was getting to go out there. And I have a lot of good memories, but I do think it's just probably run its course.
Ethan, this is a game that's a long time in the making. Arkansas, A-State. And A-State fans and the university, they've been looking forward to this for a long time. Where do you fall? How do you feel about this game finally happening?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am intrigued. I do think it's cool that it's happening on the last game that's under contract with War Memorial because, I mean, it's going to be a sellout down there. When was the last time we had just a packed War Memorial for a Razorback game? It's going to be an awesome atmosphere, first of all. So I'm just excited for that element. I mean, I grew up one of the people that I didn't want to play Arkansas State because, you know, what does that benefit Arkansas? I kind of grew up in that mindset thinking the same thing because, you know, if you win, that's what you're supposed to do. If you lose, it's just a high risk, low reward type of deal. I wouldn't personally want to see them start playing often. I do think them finally playing though, with it being the last year in the War Memorial contract, I do think it's one of those deals where it'll be a cool thing for the state. It's been a long time coming. I know Arkansas State folks are probably going to show up in the droves, down there to Little Rock because they're the ones that have been wanting this game for so long. But I personally I don't think it really benefits Arkansas that much.
How's this week gone for Arkansas after hearing from Coach Pittman and the players?
Yeah, it certainly seems like, that first defensive drive they had against Alabama A&M where, I mean, it was just it was like a knife through butter. I mean, it was just they were just moving the ball. And I think that drive coupled with just all game, maybe not getting the push you wanted from your front seven defensively, I think that really got the team's attention. Sam Pittman, I mean, he called it out on Monday right away. And then he updated last night on his radio show that he thinks they've had just really good couple practices and that they got their attention to make those corrections. Because here's the truth. If you're having a hard time with your defensive front seven against Alabama A&M, it might be tough sledding going forward if quick adjustments aren't made. I mean, they fared well the whole rest of the game. It was just that opening drive that was so concerning. But I would, this week, that's probably one of the biggest things I'm watching is just how the defensive line fares against Arkansas State's O-line because they can't let Rayner get comfortable back there.
What do you think of defense as a whole when you looked at linebackers, secondary, and the way they perform?
Yeah, I mean, I think that kind of going into the year, the strength of Arkansas's defense, at least on paper, is its linebackers with Xavier Story and Steven Dix. Those two, had a lot of tackles last year. They're actually out of SEC duos returning the most tackle production from last year, and I just don't think you got from them what you expected in week one. So I think that those are probably the ones that you just kind of call out the most to up it. I think that the secondary, of course, struggled on that opening drive, but a lot of secondaries struggle whenever the quarterback has too much time to make decisions. They've got to get more push up front. I thought the secondary made adjustments, and Sam Pittman, he said that, part of those problems were just miscommunication, and they had to clean that up. But after that, I thought the secondary did fine. So that's definitely, I mean, this week you have two teams going at each other that I think what you feel best about with your team is your quarterback play. I think that Kalen Green, Arkansas really counts on him a lot. They think they have a really good quarterback there, and Arkansas State feels the exact same way with Jalen Rayner. They're actually, I think, if you look at quarterback rating, passer rating, just from their week one performances, they're top 7 or 8 nationally, both of them. So you've got two quarterbacks that are coming in off of really good games. I think it's going to be which defensive line can really throw the opposing quarterback off his game.
Ethan Westerman joins us, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, WholeHogSports.com. I was shocked when I heard. I even had to look it up for myself to make sure it was right, that Xavier Story only had 1 tackle. That seems impossible.
Yeah. I was kind of monitoring it the whole game and thinking the same thing. And then I went back and I looked at it. I was like, is this just a deal where, you're playing a lower opponent and maybe you aren't getting as many snaps because, cause it's easy to have, I think his maybe season high in tackles last year was against Oklahoma State and they played an overtime period. In these week one games, they don't have as many snaps half the time because you're getting your second and third string in. But he, last year against UAPB, Xavier Story had 2 tackles. And so we weren't worried then. But, whenever you have a guy who comes in and he was your leading tackler from a year ago and he had 1 in week one, it does stand out. I do think it's one of those things that's probably highly coincidental. Because you hold them to 7 points, it's not like the defense as a whole was just horrendous or anything. It's that opening drive that stands out. But I do think when you look at the final stats and you see that he only had one, it raises your eyebrows. And, Pittman said this week they called him out, the linebackers, and said they need more from him. So, yeah.
Outside Taylor Green, who stood out to you that performed well?
I've been high on C.J. Brown's game since last year in fall camp, and I thought that finally on Saturday you just kind of got to see what that guy's capable of. Obviously, he's playing, a little bit more inspired right now with the passing of his father a couple weeks ago. So it was cool to see him come out and his first career start. That was his first regular season. He started in the Liberty Bowl last year. But he kind of, I think, maybe flashed a little bit of what I'd seen in practice is where he can get the yards after catch. You think about, I can't remember if it was first or second touchdown, but I think he caught it from the 14 and kind of did the rest himself, getting in the end zone. I think he's a guy who can kind of get those additional yards this year for them, just with his speed. And he's a good route runner. He's smart. Petrino has said that he knows the playbook better than anybody. And if Petrino's saying that to you, he's not the one to just compliment anybody, I don't think. So I think that they have a lot of, respect for him. And I think that what he did last week was really big for them. Omega Blake, how can you watch the game and not like what he did? Those two really stood out.
Ethan Westerman with us, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, WholeHogSports.com. Ethan, I'm expecting a high-scoring game. What do you see?
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it, too. I'm honestly kind of expecting it's going to be how early does the Arkansas defense adjust. If they come out and they're just balling from the start, that'd be great for Arkansas. But I just anticipate with the weapons that Arkansas State has. They have weapons. Mm-hmm. Really good receiver, really good running back. Rayner's a good quarterback. A lot of speed. I think that it's going to be which defense makes the adjustment quickest. I would anticipate a pretty high-scoring first half, and then maybe Arkansas figuring out some things second half. But I'm with you. I don't see this being some just slobber knocker, for a lack of better terms, where the teams are just in a defensive battle.
What's the key for Arkansas? What do you have as their key?
I think it's Taylor Green. That's a very vanilla answer whenever you have a quarterback like him. But I just think if Taylor Green's the better quarterback on Saturday, that's the key. It's which quarterback's going to play the best, because each offense, they run off their quarterback. It's it kind of dictates how their team's going to do. And I just think if Taylor Green, if you leave that game and say he had the better game than Jalen Rayner, you probably had a pretty good chance to win.
Yeah, I think this is a game where Mike Washington has a chance, too. I think Arkansas's offensive line's a lot bigger than the A-State defensive line, and I think this is a game where you've got to dominate the front seven and get Mike Washington going. Not that he had a bad game, 9 carries, 79 yards, but you didn't see – and they didn't need to, but I think this is a game where you could see him get 15 to 16, 17 carries, and Mike Washington has over 100 yards. So I think Mike Washington could be big in this one.
Yeah, and they were running last week into the teeth of like a run blitz defense, so it's not like it was going to be like the most advantageous, defense to run against. I think this week he'll have a little bit better, maybe opportunities in the run game, and to have you're literally running into a run defense for most of last week, and you still have 79 yards, and then he had the 26-yard receiving touchdown. Dude had over 100 all-purpose yards. So
yeah,
I think that's a good observation. I think that this could be a week for him.
Hey, Ethan, we appreciate it. It was good to catch up with you. We were kind of thrown off this week because of Labor Day, but we'll get you back on earlier next week and talk about the A-State game and look ahead to next week.
Sounds good, Wes. Appreciate you.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you, Ethan. By the way, we had the texter who said that Arkansas struggled against Alabama A&M running the ball. They ran for 194 yards, and they were over 200. Remember the bad snap from the backup center that came in? I think it was the Cash kid, the freshman. First snap was kind of low and to the right and got away. They lost, I think, 10, 11 yards on that play. They were over 200 yards rushing against Alabama A&M. They didn't have that 70-yarder that people were wanting to see, and I wanted to see. The longest run was the one Mike Washington had for 30 yards, and he almost broke it, and it would have been a 50-something yard run, and just kind of got tripped up over the logo, it felt like. But they ran the ball. They didn't struggle.
They were effective.
It just wasn't eye-popping.
But that's what you want to see against
Alabama
that type
A&M.
of opponent. You want to see dominance. You want to see them just do things that they probably wouldn't do against better opponents.
552 yards of offense. That'll get it done. I mean, they just chose to throw the ball instead of running it every play.
Let's not say that, though, because that was kind of going back a couple of years ago when they did. It may have been last year, but when they struggled early.
They did struggle.
It was a sign of what was to come.
My point is they didn't struggle.
No. I'm talking about the game from, it was either last year, I think it was 2 years ago. Western Carolina,
Illinois,
where they struggled.
They did.
And there was talk about, no, they chose to do it this way and because they were loading the box, but it was a sign of things to come that they weren't able to run the ball effectively.
Yeah.
And a lot of it had to do with offensive line.
But my point is they did not struggle this week.
No, I'm saying the fact of saying they chose to throw the ball, let's not use that as an excuse ever.
Well, it's not an excuse. It's the truth. Taylon Green threw it 25 times. They ran it 16 times, and 5 of those was Taylon. A couple of them were on a scramble.
I'm not talking about this game in particular. I'm saying let's not do that because that's more of an excuse.
You're saying. I just think it's apples and oranges. These are two different. The only thing in common is inferior opponent. It was a different game plan, different results, different everything about it. I don't think it's anything to look back at.
No, I mean, it should always be looking forward. Anyway.
Coming up next, we will wrap up this first hour. 661-1037 if you want to get in here. We got an open segment. I'll check the D3 Auto Sales text line. Yep, got some stuff. We'll hit that. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
It's Justin Acree for CertaPro Painters, and I highly recommend the folks at CertaPro for your next project, whether it's for your home or your business. Interior or exterior, doesn't matter. They always go the extra mile. They painted the exterior of my home before, and what impressed me the most was the attention to detail. They notice a few boards that need minor repairs before they paint them. They will take care of that as well and save you headaches later on. Schedules fill up fast, so get on the schedule now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate now at CertaPro.com.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Living with 2 dogs reminds me of a verse from Ecclesiastes. A person can do nothing better than to eat and drink and find satisfaction in their own toil. My dogs live this wisdom out every day. I'm trying to, but I don't do it as well as the mutts. May the good Lord help each of us do a better job of enjoying life's rich pageant and the exquisite gift of life itself. Stop by and register at your nearby Doublebees for your chance to win a brand new Bad Boy 550 4-wheel drive side-by-side, purchased from the Bad Boy Superstore in Searcy. This terrific Bad Boy vehicle will be given away on a special broadcast of Drive Time Sports October the 8th. Need not be present to win.
There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to football weekends, and that's what makes Yuengling such a great pick. From traditional lager to light lager, flight, golden pilsner, and black and tan, they brew a beer for everyone's taste. Whether you're manning the grill or setting up the tailgate or just watching with your friends, Yuengling's got a flavor that fits the moment. Brewed with nearly 200 years of tradition by the oldest brewery in America. Yuengling, legends stand the test of time. D.G. Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. When you're in the market for a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram, we hope you give us a chance to earn your business. Here's some things to consider. Fletcher Dodge has been family-owned dealer here in Sherwood for over 25 years. We know how to take care of our customers to keep them coming back. Every Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram dealer pays the same price for their vehicles. It's the dealer that makes the difference. We'll give you the best deal up front. No haggling, no arguing. We make it easy to buy a new vehicle, and we'll pay you more for your trade-in. Compare our deal to anybody's, and you'll buy from us. Come see us today for the deal of a lifetime on new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram. At Frank Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. And we promise you a hassle-free buying experience. We want to be your dealer for life. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Just tell us what you're looking for and we'll make you a deal. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Looking to upgrade your home without breaking the bank? Go to The Warehouse, 2011 North 2nd Street in Cabot, Arkansas's trusted source for quality flooring, including SPC vinyl waterproof flooring starting at $139 a square foot, tile starting at 59 cents a square foot, next-gen waterproof hardwood, and many other building materials at unbeatable prices. Contractor, home builder, or DIYer, we've got what you need, in stock and ready to go. Go see the Flooring King, The Warehouse at Natural State Wholesale, building better naturally.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio. Gwatney Chevrolet. Driving, trust every mile.
For those leagues that waited to the last minute, fantasy football leagues, you can still get that draft party done at Twin Peaks. You got a few hours before kickoff. Cowboys, Eagles. You go to TwinPeaksRestaurant.com/fantasy draft, and it's the best place you could possibly do a fantasy draft party. And it's right up against it, last minute. Why don't you do it? Do it at Twin Peaks, the best place to do it. Register for a chance to win $1,000 in cash thanks to Molson Coors. Get a draft kit loaded with everything you need. $50 kickback card for commissioner. $5 kickback cards for every league member. And TVs everywhere. So tonight, during the game, you'll see Cowboys, Eagles all over the place, inside and out. There's wall-to-wall TVs to see all the sports action. And it's the best place to get food and drinks anywhere, anytime. Twin Peaks has daily and weekly food and drink specials. Happy hour starts at 2 o'clock. It goes on until 7. App starting at $3. Later happy hour, 10 to close. Any of the sports you want to watch anytime, check it out at Twin Peaks. It's Twin Peaks. Each drink scenic views.
Gotta have a big happy birthday wish to Redbone over on the D3 Auto Sales text line. Redbone, happy birthday. Hope you have a great birthday weekend, starting it off with some NFL action tonight.
Happy birthday, Redbone.
By the way, there are no college football games tonight in Division I.
Not going against NFL.
There are a lot of Division II games. The GAC getting started tonight, but as far as FBS, FCS, no Thursday night games. There are some Friday night games, but NFL takes center stage on TV tonight. 501 says on the D3 Auto Sales text line, hopefully Will McClay wasn't the one who wanted Taco, Mozzie, or Schoonmakers. I like Schoonmakers. Do you feel any better about Stephen Jones eventually taking over? Yeah, I think when Stephen takes over, he's president, owner, and they promote Will McClay to general manager. That's my gut.
Yeah, that seems right, because it doesn't seem like Steven has a desire to do everything there.
501 writes in and says, Wes. Oh, no, we read that one. I'll give you a pick. 52-10 is the pick. Arkansas from 501. Boyd says, as a Hogs fan, here's my score. Arkansas 27, A-State 33. Okay.
That'd be a huge upset.
Yeah, that would light the phones on fire Saturday in the postgame show and all day Monday here on Out of Bounds. All right, coming up next, we got the Razor Hog update brought to you by Yingling Flight. Then Richard Davenport with a recruiting update. And at 2:30, Mickey Spagnola calling in from Philadelphia. Good hour coming up. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Are you
Still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
Stop and shop at our Conway and Little Rock showrooms. That's Hawks Homes. Has been serving Central Arkansas since 1986. Now, why buy from Hawks? We're the only manufactured and modular leader that can build your custom home from your plans. You dream it, we can build it. Hunting clubs, churches, classrooms, restaurants, daycare centers, modular office buildings, school dorms. Check them out online at hawkshomes.net. Hey, it's Randy Rainwater from Drive Time Sports. Rick Schaefer and I have a great show for you on Thursday. It's Crane Team Red Zone, Hot Springs versus Arkadelphia. Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen. Kevin Hoop Scoop McPherson. Hot Springs head coach Daryl Burnett. And Trey Beatty, thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway. And Stephen Jones with the Great American Conference Report. See you Thursday on 103.7 The Buzz.
Why so serious? Sports talk and entertainment.
Let's put a smile on that face.
103.7 The Buzz. Buzz News with KARK Sincere Tonsil.
A Jefferson County jailer is now facing charges for having a relationship with a detainee. The sheriff's office there reports Kewan Harris has admitted to having a sexual relationship with a woman before her arrest and admitting to maintaining contact and kissing her while she was in custody. Now he's charged with sexual assault. If convicted, he faces 3 to 10 years in prison. Police have identified a man killed in a shooting in North Little Rock. They now say it was 50-year-old Robert Mathis who was shot on East Bethany Road on Labor Day. No suspect information has been released as of yet in this case. For anyone who might know what happened to Mathis, North Little Rock police want to hear from you. And a man in Searcy is facing child exploitation charges this morning. Police tell us they arrested 37-year-old Quentin Whaley after searching his home. He's facing 60 counts of distributing or possessing material depicting sexual conduct with a child. Officers say this case is still under investigation. I'm Sincere Tonsil from KRK for Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Centennial Bank presents Dan Hampton when he joins Morning Mayhem each week this football season. Centennial Bank, banking with you in mind. Member FDIC.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
Thursday features highs in the low 90s across the metro with lots of sunshine and a few clouds. Expect a mild to warm night Thursday with lows in the upper 60s and mostly clear skies into Friday morning. Our next chance of rain moves in Friday with scattered showers and thunderstorms likely into Saturday morning into midday. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Jenna Warner.
Benihana Happy Hour Specials, $3, $6, $9. Sushi, food, and cocktails. Available 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at Benihana Bar.
I'm Trey Reed from the Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz. Join me and Mark Hedrick Tuesday nights at 7 for the Wild Side.
Brought to you by West Rock Landing at Lake Maumelle, Trader Bill's Outdoors, Battery Outfitters, All About Tire and Brake, Tammy Chase Insurance, Edwards Food Giant, and Crane Chevrolet.
Never heard of Fowl and Flame? Think of it as your own personal concert with Adam Hambrick and Easton Corbin. With top chefs cooking over an open flame, sitting by the fire with hand-rolled Cuban cigars, Rucktown Distillery bourbon tasting. Fowl and Flame is a celebration of the Arkansas Delta and its people. Whether you're a duck hunter, a foodie, or an Easton Corbin fan, get your tickets today at fowlandflame.com.
So here we are. At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. And it can all be found at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is orange chicken for only $7.49 per pound, paired with vegetable fried rice for just $4.99 per pound.
Hey, Howie, what is going on at the Robert Irwin Jewelers in the Pleasant Ridge Town Center this Saturday?
The 6-hour 60% off sale.
60% off? You mean up to 60% off?
No, let me clear this up. It's not up to. It is 60% off. Between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. this Saturday, you could get 60% off anything that's in our showcases.
This Saturday only at the Robert Irwin Jewelers in the Pleasant Ridge Town Center next to Fresh Market.
It's a legit 60% off sale. Do not miss it.
What drives you? Family moments, new adventures, or just the love of the open road? Whatever it is, Gwatney Chevrolet is here to help you get there. For generations, we've been more than a dealership. We've been part of life's milestones, big and small. With a team that puts you first and a car buying experience that's easy and stress-free, we're here to find the perfect vehicle for what drives you. Visit us in Jacksonville or online at GwatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Freddie Coleman.
I don't care what Jerry Jones has to say ever again. He can say whatever he wants. I'm not listening. He can try to pontificate how great he is, even though he ain't. Don't care. To me, it's all about this team in the football field. He can say whatever he wants. He's going to anyway. He's going to try to justify everything that has gone wrong with the Dallas Cowboys. Not all on his plate, not all at his feet, not all his fault. The players have to be culpable because they have to play better. Yes, Micah Parsons, talking to you as an ex-Cowboy, have to play better, not just in regular season games, but in playoff games. But this gibberish is driving me crazy. I'm done. Whatever he has to say, he can give any interview he wants. Man, he got a cure for cancer. I don't give a you know what. I'm done hearing what Jerry Jones has to say because anything that comes out of his mouth is not helping the Dallas Cowboys. He wants to help his bottom line, go right ahead. He wants to help his ego, go right ahead. He wants to help his brand, have at it. Freddie Combs, a Cowboys fan, is done listening to Jerry Jones.
As a scientist, I can tell you that Sundays are only 24 hours long. But with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you get every game every Sunday all in one place. That's upwards of 30 hours of NFL in one day. How can there be 30 hours in 24 hours, you ask? I have a theory. Magic. New users get NFL Sunday Ticket for 8 payments of $34.50 per month. Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games and commercial use. Terms and embargoes apply. Availability varies.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz. Razor Hog Update on Out of Bounds is brought to you by Flight by Yingling. Crisp, refreshing, and just 95 calories. Pick up some for your next tailgate or watch party. Flight by Yingling. Brewed for fans who never settle. Yingling.com.
Coach Jones has done a wonderful job at Arkansas State. Steady, getting better each and every year. Won a lot of games here recently, 6 or 7 out of their last 9 or 10. Won their bowl game last year. They have a lot of speed, well coached. Very concerning quarterback, really good player. Running back, their skill is outstanding. Defensively, their D-line is extremely well coached, plays hard. It'll be a big challenge. They know when to go and play big schools. They played Michigan, a very, very close game last season. So we have high respect for their program and their coach, and looking forward to going over to Little Rock and playing the first game ever between Arkansas State and the University of Arkansas.
All right, we also got to hear from Braylon Russell out of Benton. He knows all about the rivalry, the matchup, the history of playing Arkansas State.
I'm just excited to get out there and play against some familiar faces that I played with in high school, like Walker Davis and them. So, chatted up with them after the game. We're excited to just go out there and be the first ones to play Arkansas State.
I also got to hear from Caleb Wooden, the safety, corner, defensive back. He's going to be going up against a pretty good quarterback, too, in Rayner.
When it comes to quarterbacks like that, you just got to be disciplined, and that starts with us. We got to have disciplined rush lanes up front, and in the back end, we got to plaster when routes or when he starts to scramble and routes just start to turn into backyard football. So you just got to be disciplined, and that's what it comes down to when we play this game.
More from Braylon Russell. Offense was clicking the other day. 1 point, 5 straight touchdown drives.
Taylor Green. I mean, he played his butt off. We had 6 people catch touchdowns, so that was really good for us. And we're just looking to build on that. And what we're working on in practice is we're working on what we work on every week. I mean, being better, growing in our craft.
Said earlier, I think Arkansas is going to run the ball a bit more. I think A-State's defensive line, a little undersized, not an SEC-type defensive line size-wise. Here's Coach Pittman on the Arkansas State defensive line.
The main concern there is they're really good bull rushers to collapse the inside of the pocket on third down, and they've got a couple of edge guys that have speed, and so overall they've got a good, fast defense that's very sound, and they've done a wonderful job because they got a lot of new guys over there, but they didn't have a lot of mistakes defensively, so that just means they're well coached.
All right, let's talk a little recruiting now. Richard Davenport, Arkansas Democrat Gazette and WholeHogSports.com joins us. Richard, welcome into Out of Bounds. How are you?
Hey, Richard.
No, not good.
It's breaking up.
Are you in a basement?
There
you
no
go.
basement here, man.
A little better. That's better. Thank you. Last weekend, got a home game. Got some recruits on campus, both football and basketball. How was it?
Well, football had probably about 40 to 50 kids. I mean, it was a decent group of kids, considering it was during a less than desirable home game. I mean, kids really do look at matchups, and they like to go to games if they know it's going to be pretty entertaining and exciting. But like I said, I had about 40 or 50, and had some notables. And you talked to one of them, Wes, Hank Hendricks from Fayetteville, a 27 quarterback, considered one of the top 5-10 prospects in the country at his position in the 27 class. So he was there along with Bryson Price, a 2027 receiver out of Carthage, Texas. He's got an Arkansas offer. And then you had Will Caston, also from Fayetteville, who's got an Arkansas offer, 27 linebacker, obviously the son of Marvin Caston. You had some commitments, Tay Lockett, Blair Irvin, Cade Bush, who came in from Minnesota. He had a game on Thursday, so he was able to travel on Friday. But Kendrick Williams from Fayetteville, but it was pretty decent. Then you had Caleb Holt, the 5-star basketball prospect out of the Fort Lauderdale area, who came in on Friday and obviously left on Sunday. His parents accompanied him, and they seemed to really enjoy the visit along with him, and we just talked well about the main thing with Coach Cal, the ability of he and the staff to get him to the league. I mean, just about every kid you talk to, Coach Cal is recruiting. They have their eye on getting to the NBA, and most of them, you're talking about 5 stars or high 4 stars, high-rated 4 stars, so they have legitimate shots at doing that. And so they like the track record of the staff, and he's definitely playing that up when I talk to him.
It's always interesting, especially now, like during season and players being in school and making these visits. You just mentioned the player that's from Fort Lauderdale making a long trip. Were there some others that maybe stood out to where they came from and how far they traveled to get there?
Football, they had a couple of. I know they had a kid from the Houston area, a kid from Alabama, Fort Walton Beach, Florida. DJ Spence, a 27 receiver, who only has a South Alabama offer right now. But a lot of times these 27 guys, the focus is so much on the 26 and and with most of the classes being almost done as far as nationwide, schools can start focusing more on the 27s, and then you're starting to see some 27s, especially from Arkansas and other schools, but especially from Arkansas, just because I've noticed that a lot of the 27s are adding offers from Arkansas. So these kids may only have a few offers right now, when being in the 27 or even 28 class, but that can change pretty quickly in the coming months.
Richard Davenport with us, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, WholeHogSports.com. Did Calipari, the Razorback basketball staff, make some inroads with the 5-star on his visit?
You know, he was kind of close to the vest, but I think he definitely enjoyed the visit, and really enjoyed the football game, even though, you know, like I said, it's Alabama A&M. The fans were showing him some love, and kids really like to see that attention when they go on official visits, especially five-star prospects. They're going to get all kinds of attention wherever they go on a visit. But he seemed to really appreciate the Arkansas fan base, and I mean, he said he had a great vibe when he was here in Arkansas. So he called it a great experience, and he made an official visit to Ole Miss back in April, and plans to visit Kentucky this weekend, and then he'll visit Alabama and Auburn soon after that, and I soon make a decision before the early signing period in November. But he's originally from Alabama, so Alabama and Auburn, obviously, you got to keep an eye on them. But he seemed to have a really good visit, and obviously Anthony Black was in town. They were able to interact, and I'm sure, you know, he asked him some questions about the NBA and things like that. So it's always good to have a NBA player on campus at the same time when a guy that wants to go that route at some point is on campus. So and he attended two practices. He was here one on Friday, one on Saturday. So he seemed to really like that and like the intensity that Coach Cal and his staff put the players through.
Got a couple weeks before they get back on campus there, a few weeks. And visits, are they already starting to line up, or will that be closer in the next couple of weeks? Because Notre Dame coming to town, that's one that a lot of recruits would love to see.
Yeah, the only negative, and we talked about this numerous times, would be the 11 a.m. kickoff. But that will, if you're playing a Notre Dame or somebody like that versus a lesser opponent, I guarantee you the name Notre Dame helps you get kids on campus. So that, I think that just in itself is a big plus for Arkansas. Right now there's not a lot of guys that I've confirmed for saying that they're going to be visiting for Notre Dame, but two underclass offensive linemen have told me that they plan to be there. TJ McCrory from South Lake Carroll, Texas. He's got an offer from Arkansas, 6'6", 275. He visited Arkansas back in June and didn't have an offer, but went through the lineman camp, and Coach Pittman and Mateos liked him enough to extend an offer, and that was his first SEC offer. He said he's going to be back for the Notre Dame game. Alexander Herrera from Texas, Crowley, Texas, 6'7", 325. Also he has Arkansas, TCU, Nebraska, Texas Tech, SMU, and numerous other offers. He plans to make a visit for the Notre Dame game. But I'm sure there's some others, but those are only two right now that I've confirmed.
Richard Davenport with this, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, WholeHogSports.com. The NCAA Football Oversight Committee has voted to support a single transfer portal window, and that would be in January, a 10-day portal that starts and opens on January 2nd. That would mean there would be no spring portal if this is approved. Your thoughts on this announcement today from the Oversight Committee?
Yeah, It has to be approved by the administrative committee before it goes into goes into place. Obviously, I love it. I think the coaches probably love it even more so. Here's the deal, though. I mean, yeah, they'll eliminate the spring transfer portal, but usually the portal, as far as the January and December, it opens up early December, and it goes till a little after Christmas, and then reopened for 5-6 days in January. Now, like you said, it would open in January 2nd, and be for 10 days. That will be an absolute high intensity 10 days for football staff. The reason for that, because you got to get them on campus during that time, or a little bit after that. And before then, you had 2 or 3 weeks in December to talk to kids and try to line up visits. Now you're going to only have about 10 days, and this is another thing. Obviously I wrote about it a while back about Arkansas's recruiting staff. You have 5 members of the recruiting staff, which is about if you look at other staffs in the SEC around the country, it's usually double or triple that, and only 3 of those guys are in the portal trying to communicate with guys jumping in the portal, trying to get the film up to the coaches to take a look at, and it is going to there may be some adjustment there, because I don't know if coaches would necessarily, I know that they don't like it in December because they're getting ready for a bowl game. At the same time, that 10-day period, that is going to be so intense that maybe they may add a couple of days in December. I don't know, but that's going to be crazy. But it's definitely a disadvantage for Arkansas, because you only have about 3 people doing legwork in the transfer portal, where other staffs have brought a few more, and it's a disadvantage that they just have to overcome. But it's going to be even more, glaring if this new rule comes into place, and it's 10 days starting January 7th.
Richard, it seems to be mixed feelings when it comes to coaches. We've heard from coaches that are outspoken in a sense where it's like they deal with it and it doesn't bother them. And then, of course, we hear the other side where they would like to see something change here. And so it just seems to be some mixed feelings. Have you heard from coaches personally where they either like it or don't like it?
You talking about the transfer portal?
Yeah, and those windows, because we've heard from coaches that they're fine with that second window. They look at it as opportunity where if they lose players, then they'll be able to go grab some additional players that can help the team, and they don't mind it.
I guess that's one way to look at it. Most of the ones that I've talked to that do not like that spring window, just because they feel like, okay, they just finished up spring practice, and now they're holding their breath to see there's going to be guys leaving, and there may be some coaches that don't mind it. But I tend to think the majority. I don't know what the majority would be. Would it be 55%, 80%? I don't know, but I would think the majority of coaches would prefer not to have that spring window. So I tend to think that'll probably pass, and you just have that one window in January. But again, that's going to be a crazy time in those 10 days.
It seems to be some of the coaches that are with the bigger winning programs, they're the ones that don't mind it, because Ryan Day, he spoke about it, where they finished their season. Of course, they're one of the last 2 teams standing, and they were good with it because they had a few days to add some players to that roster. And
I think Kirby Smart's against it, if I'm not mistaken. So, again, I mean, I don't know what the percentage is. I just, personally, I think it's a majority would say that they don't like the spring, but I'm sure that there's some coaches that don't necessarily care either way. So, yeah, I mean, the bigger schools, especially with the unlimited, and obviously it's supposed to end, we'll see, especially with schools that have unlimited NIL funds in the past, they didn't have to worry about losing too many guys because they if the kid was asking for another 100,000 or 200,000, they usually give it to them. Or schools like Arkansas would say, "Man, we're tapped out." So if you're a Texas or Ohio State or somebody like that, Florida, with much bigger alumni and boosters, it probably is a little bit easier for those guys.
Richard, what do you think this does for bowl games? Because in the past, with the December portal, that window, guys were opting out, not playing in the bowl game, and you saw numbers go down of teams that were playing in the bowl game, number of players. Now with the portal being in January, do you think they'll decide to play that one more game?
Man, that remains to be seen. Part of you thinks that, but at the same time, some guys can just say, hey, I'm going to opt out and, just make it known that I'm going to enter the portal, even though, they can officially enter it until January 2nd if the new ruling goes into place. But I truly don't know until this all happens. But I still think that there'll be some guys that opt out, especially if they think that their spot's going to be high, and they don't want to take the chance of getting injured, and then obviously their stock. If they can command $500,000 to $1 million, in the portal if it starts January 2nd, they may say, well, heck, I'm not going to play. And you can't blame them; they're protecting themselves.
Yeah.
So I still think that there's going to be some opt-outs.
RD, good stuff, man. Good conversation. Thank you for joining us. Have a good weekend.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Richard Davenport, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, WholeHogSports.com. When we come back, we will talk with Mickey Spagnola. Uh-oh. We're going to get his thoughts on Dallas, Philadelphia. He is in Philadelphia getting ready for the kickoff. Mickey Spagnola next. It's Out of Bounds.
Edwards Food Giant presents Razorback Baseball color analyst and Drop Time Sports co-host Rick Schaefer every Tuesday morning on Morning Mayhem. Rick will share his special take on Razorback sports with the guys each week. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people, the only stop you'll ever have to make for your family's groceries.
This is SportsCenter.
Arkansas Razorback head coach Sam Pittman took part in the SEC teleconference yesterday. He talked about the historic first matchup with Arkansas State this Saturday.
Coach Jones has done a wonderful job at Arkansas State. Steady, getting better each and every year. Won a lot of games here recently, 6 or 7 out of their last 9 or 10. Won their bowl game last year. They have a lot of speed. Well coached, and looking forward to going over to Little Rock and playing the first game ever between Arkansas State and the University of Arkansas.
Arkansas State head coach Butch Jones also spoke to the media about the matchup.
Here in the state of Arkansas, it's monumental. Both institutions have never played before, so that's really kind of hard to believe, but these schools haven't played, and then we're going to play the game in Little Rock. So again, it's going to be a great, event really for the entire state of Arkansas.
That game will be at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Coverage can be heard on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
Arkansas Roundballers Big Joe Klein and Pat Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screw-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
If the 25th is the silver anniversary and the 50th is gold, what's the 75th?
Well, that's the fresh beef, onions, pickles, lettuce, tomatoes, fries, and drink anniversary. Everybody knows that. Get the #1 Whata meal for $7.50 in honor of our 75th anniversary. A meal like that is the way you're supposed to celebrate a 75th. The Whataburger 75th Meal Deal. Whataburger, what a deal. For a limited time at participating locations.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LIFE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LIFE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LIFE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code LIFE.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
It's Justin Aker for CertaPro Painters, and it is summertime. If you're looking for a project to be done at your house, then get them on board now. You can sign up for your free estimate, and you can get your project scheduled as well at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. I've had painters work in the past, and you don't get the kind of experience you get with CertaPro, where they're going to clean up after themselves, leave you with a great paint job, and they're going to do it all at an affordable price. For your home, for your business, CertaPro is the answer. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. So get them on your project now. Again, at CertaPro.com.
Your home for Razorback football in Central Arkansas is 103.7 The Buzz. Coverage is brought to you by Blackman Auctions, Edwards Food Giant, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, Bell Chevrolet, and ABC Supply. 103.7 The Buzz. The Hogs play here.
Out of Bounds, live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio.
Oh, that sounds so good, doesn't it? Little Thursday night football, NBC tonight. Cowboys, Eagles to kick off the NFL season. Mickey Spagnola joins us live from Philadelphia. Mickey, what's going on? How are you?
Well, I think it's a holiday here because I don't see anybody working. Everybody's downtown getting ready for the game.
Well, it's a festivity in Philadelphia. I mean, they got the Super Bowl banner to unveil. It's a big party.
You would never know it's Thursday afternoon just walking around the downtown area. Yeah, these people are going to be ready for this game. As a matter of fact, I saw something with the transit authority saying if you don't have a ticket, don't go to the stadium because you're going to have problems, and you're going to have problems parking, too. So they're expecting a standing room only crowd.
They make this a special night, NFL does, for previous Super Bowl champions, and this may be a little more meaningful because of the matchup there. You have a division rival coming in, Cowboys, Eagles, all the history there, and what a way to get the season started.
Oh, yeah, and these people will be ready for it, too, by the way. They'll have about 3 or 4 hours to prepare, I guarantee you.
A rowdy crowd tonight. Well, then I think
they actually started when the buses pulled up to the hotel. A lot of times when we get to a hotel, they can go in the back entrance, but this one we went in sort of the front door, and there were more people out there chanting EAGLES, 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 Eagles. It was quite a scene. The players got a kick out of it. They thought it was pretty funny.
That's cool. I think it's important for Dallas to get off to a good start. Try to take that crowd out of the game tonight.
Well, that would be certainly recommended, right? Because Once they get rolling, the Eagles get rolling, it's an avalanche, and I've seen that before. I can remember coming here for it was I want to say it was the game in '91 when the Cowboys, if they beat the Eagles that night, they were going to clinch a wild card spot. It was second to the last game of the season, I believe it was, third to the last game of the season, and Troy Aikman was out with a sprained knee, and Steve Berline was starting. And Jimmy Johnson told Berline, under no circumstance do you take a sack, right? If you got to go 2 for 12 in the first half, that's fine with me. Just throw the ball away, no turnovers and no sacks. And he listened, and they ended up winning the game.
What do you think this Cowboys offense has gotten better since last season?
Well, immediately George Pickens makes them better. I think you've got 2 number 1 wide receivers, and the other part I like is they're trying to integrate Devontae Turpin's speed into the offense, not as a gimmick guy, but as a guy that's going down 10, 15 yards, catching the ball over the middle out of the slot, lining him up at running back and handing him the ball, not a jet sweep or anything like that, just trying to do whatever they can to get the ball in his hands. And I think that combination with those 2 guys, and I don't know if Jaden Blue, how healthy he is or how ready he is for this, but if you think about putting him at running back and maybe going empty, that's a lot of speed on the line of scrimmage, and the Eagles are going to have to decide how they're going to cover everybody, because you can't double the 2 wide receivers and take care of the inside guys along with Jake Ferguson. So if the offensive line can hold up, I think this offense can be pretty prolific.
Yeah, that's a big question mark right there. What's the offensive line look like tonight?
Well, I think Nate Thomas is going to start, but I think they've been trying to get Tyler Guyton ready. Now, remember, he got hurt August 28th, and since then he's had 1 padded practice, and that was this week preparing for this game, but you only get 1. So I don't know if he's ready to go out there. Maybe they go with Nate Thomas, see how it's going, and then see if they need to put somebody in with a little bit more experience, right? Not exactly like he's salty veteran or anything. So I think between the 2 guys, that'll be left tackle. Obviously, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, Tyler Booker, and then Terrence Steele. I think that'll be the lineup for the starting 5, and it's a pretty young group. However you cut it, 3 of those guys are going to be no more than 2 years in the NFL. So they're going up against one of the best defensive lines in football, and more so just stopping the run. I was somewhat surprised. I looked at their sack total from last year, and it was only 41. The Cowboys were tied for third with 52. Now, I understand 13 of those are missing with no more Micah Parsons, but even with that, they would have had as many sacks as the Eagles had last year. So it's not all about the sacks. It's about stopping the run and then the pressure you're putting on opposing quarterbacks.
Most recently rewarded with a new contract, Deron Bland in that secondary. He's one of the players to watch out for on that defense. Who else are you looking out for to make some plays defensively?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how much Trayvon Diggs can do. He's had a week of practice. Again, 1 padded practice, though, since he probably last practiced the first week in December. So it's been a while. I don't know that he's ready to go out there for 60 snaps, but I think that maybe when they're in 3 wide, he can be on the outside with Kaiir Elam and then moving Bland into the slot. And if the Eagles ever go like 2 tight ends and you're going to go base defense, maybe you can get away with resting, or not resting, but not having Diggs in there and go with Bland outside along with Kaiir Elam. Kaiir Elam is kind of the I think, the wild card, because they're counting on him to play up to his first-round draft status that he took place in Buffalo, and he never really stuck there during his second year when he was injured. But he's played awfully well in training camp and in the scrimmage against the Rams. So they've got to hope that that's not a mirage, that he can come out there and play like a starting cornerback, and then just see what Diggs can give him and how much he can give him, finally getting back into practice after missing everything in the off season and in training camp.
We got Mickey Spagnola with us on Out of Bounds. Mickey, forgive me, I can't remember the name, but the Cowboys drafted a cornerback who tore his ACL early last season and his last year in college, but they have high expectations for him. How is he progressing?
Yeah, he's coming along fine. Savon Rebel.
Yes.
East Carolina. He tore his ACL the third game of the season. He started training camp on a non-football injury, and they left him there, which means he has to miss the first 4 games of the season. But I would think once he gets up to speed to playing football after those 4 games, just watching his rehab, he looks like he's about ready to go. But they figured, you know what, if he's not going to start, if he's not going to be in the rotation immediately, let's leave him on NFI and allow him to continue to rehab and get his conditioning up to football speed.
What's the plan for Cowboys as far as what time they're going to get to the stadium and get ready for this game tonight?
Well, the first bus leaves here at the hotel at 4:30. A lot of the players and staff have already got in line to have the dogs sniff our luggage before we get on the buses. And then when you get to the stadium, you got to go through more security, sort of like airport security to get in the stadium. So this is just the first phase. But the first bus is supposed to leave at 5:30, and the second bus is supposed to leave at 4:30, and the second bus leaves at 5:30, and I'm talking East Coast time.
Mickey, what's the running back rotation look like tonight?
Well, Javonte Williams will be the starter. There was a reason why he didn't play in any of the preseason games. They were protecting him against injury. He looked just fine to me in training camps, in the practices, whatever else he took part in. He looked like, I can't say I remember watching him his rookie year in Denver when he nearly ran for 1,000 yards. Then he tore his ACL, and he had kind of a slow starts to the next 2 years. But he looks like he's moving fine. And then they will rotate in, I think, Miles Sanders, depending on what they're trying to achieve. The same thing with Jaden Blue. And don't be surprised to see a lot of Hunter Lipke, who they just signed to a 2-year extension, the fullback. He will go in at fullback, but he'll also go in as a one-back in some nickel situations, and not just to protect the quarterback, but to throw him the ball or hand him the ball. So he's kind of the jack of all trades, and you'll see a lot of him, I think, in the game, even lining up offset as a tight end or an H-back. So I think between those guys, that's who you're going to see at running back. I don't know how many snaps, each guy's going to get, and a lot of it will have to do with productivity, especially, and here I go back to where I started, if the offensive line is playing. I think if they just play good, maybe average, I think this offense can go. But that might be asking a lot against this Philadelphia defensive front.
What defensive lineman, who needs to step up to try to, and it's not one player, I'm sure, that can replace Micah Parsons' productivity, but who are some of the candidates, guys that need to?
Yeah, it's going to be a rotation there. I don't know that they got somebody that's going to have 12, 13 sacks in a season, although Dante Fowler had 10.5 last year in Washington, and he only played maybe just a little bit more than half of the snaps during the season. But the guy that I think's got to excel is Sam Williams. Sam Williams last year, they were expecting him to play 70% of the snaps, and then he never made it out of the first week of training camp, tore his ACL. He looks like he's come back bigger, faster, and as long as he remembers that this defensive end spot's not all about sacks, and he remembers to set the edge against the running game, I think he can be a factor up front. And, they've got a couple more. He's a second-round pick. Marshawn Nealon is a second-round pick. Donovan Ezeuruku, a second-round pick. All these guys are defensive ends, and some of them they use inside to rush on third down in definite passing situations. So those youngsters are going to get opportunities. Now they need these guys to take advantage. And then I would imagine Kenny Clark's ready to go. Yeah. I mean, he's been practicing defense nose tackle. He's been practicing with the Packers. It's not like he was just on the extremities there. So from a conditioning standpoint, he should be ready to go. And let me tell you, the other day I was in the locker room and I was talking to C.J. Goodwin, and Kenny Clark's locker was about 3 down, and I don't know how to describe the width of those lockers when the guys sit on the little seat in front of it, but he takes up the whole width of the locker. And I'm going, okay, that's what I want my nose tackle to look like, right? He's taking up space before he does a thing. So they need him, Solomon Thomas, and Oso Odigizua to do a good job of holding down the fort on the line of scrimmage.
All right, Mickey, before I let you go, Overshawn, I'm a big fan of his. How's his rehab going?
It's going fine. Now, remember, he tore his ACL in December, so he's going to need another month, I think, or 2 to be ready to go. I think they kind of put the idea that maybe by Thanksgiving he should be able to start practicing again. So, but when I see him doing all the rehab work, he sure looks really good. He says he's ahead of schedule, but guys are never behind schedule, right? They're always ahead of schedule. Yeah. But, yeah, he would certainly add to that linebacker core that I think is going to be a little surprisingly good, just that nobody knows their names.
Mickey, thanks. Thank you for calling in from Philadelphia. We appreciate it as always, and we will talk to you soon.
Looks like my luggage passed the dog inspection, so I can go get it now.
Good for you. I know you were worried there for a minute.
All right. Talk to you guys.
See you. Mickey Spagnola, DallasCowboys.com. We got to take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the second hour. 661-1037. We can start making our picks, Joe. We can knock some of them out.
Yeah, we can do it.
All right, stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Ram Dodge Chrysler Jeep. I saw an ad the other day, and I thought, no wonder people don't trust car dealers. I looked up the discount they were offering that was $20,000 off, only to find out they put a $12,000 to $15,000 lift kit on this truck, marked it up $38,000, and then said they're taking $20,000 off. Make that make sense in somebody's head. Folks, come check us out. RedRiverRam.com. See why we're Arkansas's #1 Ram dealer, or make that beautiful drive right here to Heber Springs.
September is here, which means it's a busy weekend for all of us during football season. If you're like me, baseball season too. Travel baseball was big back on Sundays in the fall. And the one thing that could keep you from maintaining that busy schedule, joint pain, knee, back, hip, shoulder, whatever it is, don't let that run your schedule. Don't let that rule your life. Hey everybody, I'm Josh Neighbors, and QC Kinetics is here to stop joint pain from calling the shots. So instead of laying on the couch, you're out there with your family, your dog, and you're out there until they get tired, not until you do. QC Kinetics, no drugs, no surgery, no long recovery, just a smarter, more natural way to get your freedom back. And also, that first consultation, absolutely free, so there's no reason to wait anymore. Call QC Kinetics today, 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. Call QC Kinetics today.
Make your yard the envy of the neighborhood with Cabot Outdoors. Right now, purchase a Hustler Fast Track Series mower. Get your choice of a free pressure washer or generator. An unbeatable bonus of up to $799. For the month of September, get an extra $500 off. Supplies are limited. Offer ends September 30th. The Hustler Fast Track delivers precision, comfort, and durability for homeowners who demand more. Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pine Street, Cabot, or take a look on Facebook.
Let's talk numbers, because if you're a sports fan, you'll want to hear this. Flight by Yingling has just 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's light beer that actually brings some game day flavor. Whether you're tailgating or watching from the couch, Flight delivers that crisp, refreshing taste without any of the baggage. College football and tradition go hand in hand, and there's no tradition quite like America's oldest brewery, Yingling. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat.
Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Awesome Thursday edition of Morning Mayhem is in the books. I want to thank all of our guests for coming on the show, including Joe Klein, also Melinda Mayo, Joe Nichols, Darren McFadden, and Mark May on a Thursday. The boys are live Friday from Edwards Food Giant, your destination for everything you need for the tailgate for this weekend's game between Arkansas and Arkansas State. That's all coming up 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. tomorrow morning right here on 103.7 The Buzz. It's Morning Mayhem.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio. Gwatney Chevrolet. Driving, trust every mile.
All right, welcome in. And I just thought about this too, Joe. We need to give away some tickets. I said yesterday, Razorback tickets.
Yes.
I'd let the somebody text in to win them. D3 Auto Sales text line. Not everybody can call in. So this is all about speed. First one to answer wins the tickets.
First one to answer. Wow. Okay.
On the D3 Auto Sales text line.
There we go.
661-1037. That's the text number. Do not call. This is for texting only. First one to tell me on the D3 Auto Sales text line what offensive player wears number 9 for the Razorbacks. Who wears number 9 on offense for the Razorbacks? First one wins 2 tickets to Arkansas State. Nope. There it is. First, slow down. Got it. All right, y'all can stop. Got him. Omega Blake. Good job. Now everybody's coming in with Omega Blake. Luke has. That's funny. You guys are funny. You see it, Joe, or do you need this number?
I get it.
All right. Cool. Thank y'all. Good job. Congratulations. All right, let's make some picks now. By the way, I see who you are. I'll text you real quick. The winner. Bam, sent it. All right. So if you'll be receiving a text from me in just a second that you are the official winner. First one. Good job. All right, let's make our picks. We're going to break this up throughout the rest of the show. First thing, we're going to start with the division winners, right, Joe? Is that what we want to do first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start with division winners. Start AFC East.
Okay. You going to write these down, keep up with it, and keep that piece of paper and not lose it like me?
Yeah. I mean, we both can write it down, but yeah.
All right.
We can track it.
I'm going to go with the Bills. I think they repeat once again in the AFC East. I like the Dolphins, but it scares me. Tua scares me. He just does. An injury and their season goes down. I'm going with the Bills.
Yeah, I'm going Bills also. They've been dominating this division. Doesn't look like it's going to turn over anytime soon, but we do see surprise teams every year. Don't know if that surprise team is coming from this division, but that's why it would be a surprise. But going Bills. AFC North, going Ravens here. I think they have a really complete roster, and they usually are right there in the thick of it.
I like the Ravens too, but I'm going with the surprise pick here and going with the Bengals. I think Cincinnati and Burrow, they're focused on getting off to a good start. They're not going to and they're going to get off to a good start. They're not going to be having to play from behind, playing catch up the rest of the season, and it's just going to lead to a year that they break through and win the AFC North.
AFC South.
Got to go Texans again. I think the Colts are better. I think the Jags are better. Titans, they'll be better, but still I think the Texans win that division. I think Cerner said fourth straight year they're going for, 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which made me kind of look at other options and think about other teams possibly stepping up. Colts and Jags would be most likely there, but at the end of the day, going Texans again. AFC West, I am going with Broncos here. I'm going to go it's some team is going to step up, and the run is going to be over for Chiefs as far as winning division. I'm going Broncos.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I don't think the run is over quite yet.
All right. NFC East. Where are we going here?
Commanders. I like the Commanders. I think they get it done. Jaden Daniels, his second year. He's got more weapons this year. They've added some defensive pieces. Defense will be better. Oh, they focused on the offensive line. Offensive line's going to be better. I got the Commanders.
I'm going Commanders also. Think it'll be close, but they were right there, and it was close last year. Think they do enough to get over the hump and get it done. NFC North, this was tough. Thinking about the teams that are there and how it'll shake out. Ultimately, going Lions to win the division.
Okay, I love the Lions. Love the playmaking. Overcame all the injuries last year. I'm going to throw a little curveball here just to be a little different. I'm going with the Packers.
There we go. NFC South.
Worst division in football, I think. Saints are going to be terrible. Panthers might be a little bit better. Buccaneers, they find a way. But I look back. I picked the Falcons last year. I'm going to be stubborn. I'm going to pick the Falcons this year. I think they have a good team. They're close. They had a very good chance of winning the South last year and just fell apart at the end. They learned from it. I'm going with the Falcons.
I'm going Falcons also for pretty much those same reasons where they were in it until the end. And they lost some games down the stretch. It's going to be a different quarterback there, and maybe they'll be able to keep that offense together. Defense should have gotten a little bit better because they drafted some defensive players coming off that edge, rushing, and that's where they were really lacking over the past couple of seasons. NFC West, I'm going Rams here. I think Rams have most complete team there, and we've seen that as a young team, the way that they played. Now they're a year older, and some of those rookies from last year, they played at a high level. Expect that to continue.
Yeah, I'm with the Rams too. That was I felt like one of my most confident picks was the Rams winning the West. Wild card teams?
Yeah, we can go wild card teams here. AFC, I'm going Steelers, Chiefs, and Chargers. So from that AFC West, see it being 3 teams with Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers.
We're very similar. I'm going to go with an AFC North team, the Ravens, because I picked the Bengals to win the North. I went ahead and put them in, even though they scare me and one injury could cost them. I think the Dolphins get in if Tua can just stay healthy. And the Chargers are my third pick to make it as an AFC wild card.
Okay, NFC. Because of Commanders winning NFC East, Eagles, Packers, Bears. So loaded up that NFC North with playoff teams. Packers and Bears both getting in.
Okay, I had the Packers already in, so I'm putting the Lions as a wild card. I have the Commanders winning the East, so I have the Eagles as a wild card. And my other wild card, the Dallas Cowboys.
There we go.
We'll get to our Super Bowl matchup later in the show, and we'll name our MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. We'll go down the list and give you some candidates for that. Coming up, we've got What's Trending. Brian Edwards will join us. And we'll finish out making our picks. It'll be a fun third hour. Stick around. This is Out of Bounds.
Would you like to win the ultimate hunting ATV? Stop by Honda Russellville right now through October 17th to win a new Honda 4-man 4x4 ATV with winch, tire, and wheel package. Check us out online at HondaRussellville.com or on Facebook.
The Powerball jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $1 billion. So, what would you do if you won?
I'd buy a baseball team.
Ooh, I would definitely buy my mom a Tesla so that she can drive cool, look cool.
If I won a jackpot, I'll start a cooking school for the youth in the city.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot of more than $1 billion. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Aero Truck Sales has been in business in North America for 75 years. They are dedicated to helping truck drivers, owner-operators, and fleet managers find the high-quality, used semi-trucks that they need to grow their business. Their on-site financing team provides flexible financing options and comprehensive warranty and protection plans. Plus, their attached shop provides convenient and efficient reconditioning. Visit Aero Truck Sales at 12101 Eanes Road, North Little Rock, or view their inventory at arrowtruck.com.
Buzz News with KARK Sincere Tonsil.
A Franklin County man is in the hospital recovering from what appears to be Arkansas's first reported bear attack in decades. We're told a man in his 70s was working on a gravel road with his tractor near Mulberry Mountain Lodge Park when the mauling happened. His son showed up to check on him only to find a black bear attacking his head. 2 game wardens responded and killed the bear. Then Game and Fish sent in a large carnivore biologist to take it back to Russellville for a necropsy. The man's current condition has not been released. Reps for Game and Fish say this is the first reported bear attack in Arkansas in at least 25 years. Central Arkansas Restaurant Week kicks off tomorrow, coinciding with Hunger Action Month. More than 40 restaurants are participating and creating special menus, so there'll be something for everyone in the family to enjoy. Each meal purchase helps the Arkansas Food Bank continue to feed families in need across the state. I'm Sincere Tonsil from KRK for Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Accountable Roofing and Remodeling presents Bruce James every Tuesday morning this fall on Morning Mayhem. Bruce will break down each game, the opponent, and the Razorback program the only way he knows how, and that's with no punches pulled. Bruce James with David, Roger, and Justin on Morning Mayhem, presented by Accountable Roofing and Remodeling, home of the 10-year leak-free guarantee.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Juliana Cullen.
Temperatures warm up into the lower 90s. It's going to be another hot one in store for your Friday, but we will have clouds starting to roll in tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening with maybe an isolated shower or two. Rain chances will really pick up overnight, though, Friday into early Saturday morning. This is meteorologist Juliana Cullen with the Arkansas Storm Team for the Buzz Radio Network.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Edwards Food Giant wants to make sure all your tailgating needs are taken care of for this weekend's game, and that's why Morning Mayhem will be broadcasting live from their store on Cantrell in Mississippi this Friday. Not only will they be talking about their specials, but also how to save money with the Edwards digital coupons and rewards. For all the details, tune in Friday morning, live from Edwards Food Giant. It's Morning Mayhem.
Robert Irwin Jewelers 6-hour 60% off sale is this Saturday from 10 to 4 only at the Pleasant Ridge Town Center location next to Fresh Market. Everything in the showcase is 60% off this Saturday 10 to 4.
It's a legit 60% off sale. Do not miss it.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Moms and dads, do you wish you could know where your kids' shoes are at all times? Now you can with Skechers' newest Apple AirTag compatible sneakers, Find My Skechers. There's a clever hidden AirTag compartment under the shoe's insole. It's sleek, secure, and your child can't feel or see it. Then you can check where your kids' shoes are on the Find My app. Plus, they're available for boys and girls. Get Find My Skechers at Skechers.com, a Skechers store near you, or wherever kids' shoes are sold. Apple AirTags sold separately.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
We take whiskey seriously. Taste the difference of a hand-selected bourbon at your local lodge, like the Twin Peaks Buffalo Trace Barrel Select.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Jay Vandover, Steve Ferguson, or Alex Blake in Little Rock today.
GNC knows that you're not always feeling it at the gym, but don't get down, get lit, and get more out of every workout. Beyond Raw Lit is a clinically dosed pre-workout that flips the switch and gives you more energy, focus, intensity, and pumps. The perfect combo for a killer workout. Plus, it's got incredible flavors and thousands of 5-star reviews, so you know it's good. Pick it up at GNC stores or go to GNC.com.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz. What's Trending in Sports is brought to you by Arkansas's own West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee, the Razorbacks, and their 1.5 million farmers around the globe. It's fall, so now it's time for your team to stock up on coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
Yeah, we got the NFL starting tonight. Cowboys and Eagles. The official start for that game is 7:20. NBC. Told you earlier, Bet Saracen has Arkansas. Yeah, we'll get to Arkansas in a minute. Bet Saracen has the Philadelphia Eagles, an 8.5-point favorite. Over under tonight, 48.5. Money line. I think Cowboys can win it outright, plus 350. All right, let's talk a little NFL. Start with Trevor Lawrence. We were just talking about the AFC South and the NFC South. Jags, Buccaneers. Apparently Trevor Lawrence and Baker Mayfield been hanging out.
I've talked to him a few times, and he's, gave me a lot of confidence. I've heard great things from other people as well, coming into, whether it's about Liam or the system or whatever. But hearing his experience and obviously what they were able to do last year as an offense was super impressive, and especially as an individual, Baker played really well. So just talking to him, and he's told me just how much I'm going to love the offense, how much it's going to help me and help our offense really just go to the next level. All those things. I mean, he's been a huge help for me and given me a lot of confidence.
So you might think, well, Baker Mayfield's losing his guy, maybe in for a down year. Baker says nope.
What did you feel about you guys last year? Do you feel the same way? Are you guys almost hungry to finish unfinished business? Does that make sense?
I feel like we're built, and we knew we were when we're healthy. We're built to compete against the Eagles, the Lions, what we thought were the top contenders of the NFC, and then obviously Washington kind of came out of nowhere. But we felt really, really good about our matchups. And so, and when you bring all those pieces back, you bring the vets in the locker room, Vita, Antoine, Levante, some of these guys we have on defense that have been staple points for these guys for the last however many years. Like, it's exciting. So, there's unfinished business.
Hey, he's just talked about Jaden Daniels in Washington. Well, Jaden feels like they're going to be even better.
It starts with the veteran leadership. We added more veteran experience, and, we got guys last year that were with DQ, and we kind of know the standard and how we want to play. And you could tell that people are bought in. Everybody's showing up, working hard, and we all love one each other in the locker room. We take care of one another on the practice field, but we know at the end of the day we got to push each other to get better.
Sorry, I just laugh every time I hear DQ. Growing up, we had 2 Dairy Queens in our town. I mean, we were big time. We had 2 Dairy Queens. We talk about going to the DQ. Your DQ, I think Dairy Queen, not Dan Quinn.
That's funny.
Miami Dolphins, I put them in the playoffs as a wild card. Tua Tagovailoa talking about Xavier Howard going up against him.
I think that'll be cool. I got a lot of respect for my dog. He was really the last of the Mohicans. When I got in, he was the OG when I got in here, and so I got a lot of respect for him. And I think he was the longest Dolphin that I can remember since being here.
The emotional return or an appearance against his old team. Let's stick with the Dolphins. Got Tyreek Hill. Talk about he and Tua and their relationship.
That's typically what you guys do, blow it out of proportion. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of, how, the views and, it gets spread all over the internet. But at the end of the day, like, me and Tua know exactly where we stand at. He knows, and I know that we both have a brother, you know what I'm saying, for the rest of our life. And we're going to continue to build, man, each and every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, brothers fight all the time. Like, I fight with my brothers. Like, we go at it all the time. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we know what the main goal is. We still family. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to continue to get better each and every day.
Yeah. Don't have to be best of friends. Got to be teammates. And even sometimes teammates argue. Family members argue. Get that?
All they want to do is win at the end of the day.
Let's go down to New Orleans. Spencer Rattler and Kellen Moore talking about week 1.
It's always special running through that tunnel and, hearing the Saints fans going crazy. So I want to go in the Dome and have a good showing with the guys, and we're excited.
We know how special the Dome is going to be on Sunday. It's going to be a really, really cool environment. I think the guys are excited about, the uniqueness of week 1, uniqueness of, kind of changing up the jersey presentation a little bit. I think it's going to be a really fun atmosphere, and obviously we know how special our fans are in that Dome, and we're excited to see it.
Saints host the Cardinals in the Superdome. Arizona's favored by 6.5.
They may be really improved. They made some improvements throughout their roster, and Kyler Murray, he seems like he's steady.
Mm-hmm.
And Marvin Harrison Jr., that connection there, that'll be one to look out for.
Be nice. I like the West. I mean, the Rams, I think I got them winning. That was my most confident pick, but I'm not discounting the Cardinals, 49ers, Seahawks. There's not, to me, a bad team in the West. I don't think there's a team that ends up going like 3-14, 4-13. I think it could be a very difficult division. Let's go up to Detroit. I'm on Ross St. Brown and Rome Odunze. Talk about Caleb Williams.
I be on Twitter, like, I feel like they be on his 24/7. He can't do right. Like, no matter what he does, good or bad, it's all on Twitter. Like, I swear he can't breathe. Like, there's one dude in the NFL is him. Like,
nah,
he
for
takes
real.
one step wrong, it's like, oh, Caleb did this. Like, bro, they can't just let him be. I feel bad sometimes, man. I be like, bro.
Nah, they be for sure. I'm not gonna lie, it's crazy because like you see like other players and like we watch the film and you know like who's out here really bullshit.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like when it comes to C. Will, I don't know what it was. That media had asked me like the same thing today, and I was like, I don't know. Y'all tell me. Like y'all the ones out there creating all the stories like and all this different stuff. So I don't know. It comes to a point like it don't even come down to like keep it football because all the football stuff they talk about be false too.
You know it's bad when a player is getting so much stuff and you got guys on a rival team taking up for him. But, man, come on, give the guy a break.
Well, the thing about it is the connection. Ben Johnson,
sure, yeah.
OC with Lions and now Bears head coach. So he was just telling Rome Odunze basically they're in good hands.
Let's go to Jim Harbaugh. Talk about former Steelers running back, Najee Harris.
Najee, we saw him on the injury report yesterday with a full participation. Are you expecting him to play Friday?
Yes. Full on the injury report, and he says he's ready, and he looks ready to go.
Do you expect him to be sort of full go in the game, or what's sort of a realistic expectation for how much he can play after missing all of training camp?
Those are really hard to predict, play counts and things of that nature. So get in there and play football and have at it. That's kind of the mindset.
And then Elijah was on there with
not kind of, that is the mindset.
Yeah. Play by ear. See how it goes. Goes out there, is running the ball well. Just keep him out there. If he's struggling, has to take himself out. He'll come out. It's not rocket science. That's still weird for him to say tomorrow. I still can't get in my head a Friday night NFL game. I got to get that in. Chiefs and Chargers tomorrow night. That's a lot of fun. 7 o'clock start. YouTube.
Yeah, that's, great place to go watch games because that's where Sunday Ticket is now.
Is that
YouTube and YouTube TV?
Is that the first YouTube-only game?
I believe so.
Because we've had them on other, of course, Amazon and Prime and Peacock. But I couldn't remember if we've seen an NFL game, or did we have NFL games on Christmas on YouTube?
No, that was on Netflix.
Netflix. Okay.
So YouTube and YouTube TV do Sunday Ticket. So for those that don't have YouTube TV, you can just get a YouTube. You can use your YouTube subscription and get Sunday Ticket
for free.
No, not for free. No.
What's ESPN doing? I thought they were doing Red Zone also.
Well, they just took over NFL Network.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not Red Zone, it's Sunday Ticket.
Gotcha.
So at one time there was a Red Zone on YouTube and NFL Network, or with Sunday tied to Sunday Ticket and NFL Network, and now there's only one Red Zone.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And actually, Scott Hansen spoke about that yesterday because now they have ads.
That's what I saw.
They haven't had ads on the Red Zone, but now they do. So they're generating more money.
All right, let's go to DQ. Dan Quinn talked about Terry McLaurin.
We're doing good. He's about as close to full speed as we can get, and but we like where he's at in terms of attitude and style and plays that we can feature. So that's why for him leading into last week and this week, it was great to have him back out, getting reps and going through that whole process. But it's also been good to see him connecting with everybody. So we're in a good space as it goes with Terry.
Commanders-Giants. Commanders hosting that game Sunday noon. Commanders are a 6-point favorite. Now to the commissioner, Roger Goodell. Big news about the Super Bowl.
Is Taylor Swift invited to play the Super Bowl this year, the halftime show?
We would always love to have Taylor play. She is a special talent, and obviously
she would be welcome at any time.
Is it in the works?
I can't tell you anything about that.
Is it a maybe?
It's a maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll take a maybe.
It's a maybe.
Okay.
At what point can we expect a decision to be announced?
I'm waiting on my friend Jay-Z to be able to help me with that one. It's in his hands. I'm waiting for the smoke to come out. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But you're a Swiftie. Team
I'm
Swiftie.
definitely a Swiftie.
Of course you are.
Can we get a maybe? Yeah, you can get a maybe. Yes.
He's
Get a
having
maybe
fun.
on everybody out there.
Yeah, he's having fun with it.
Let's go to college football now. Brett Bielema. All right, talking about Illinois stepping up.
On the perimeter, we had a lot of wide receivers. You know, we lost two really good players, Pat Bryant and Zakhari Franklin, but we played a lot of guys, and some of those guys, Hank Beatty, you know, anytime you break a 102-year-old record set by Red Grange, that's a positive, right? So Hank Beatty has always been good as a punt returner, but he had a really big day for us in the catching game, which was huge. And then really to get Caden Fagan back out there, right? A guy that was our starter a year ago. We lost him in the middle of the season last year, and he hadn't really played, since October of last year. And to see him back out there running around, that was a really good sign. And then some of our growth of our younger players, Khalil Valentine got in there and did some really good things defensively. Had some young bucks, some transfers come in on the defense side of the ball that kind of not only lived up to what we had hoped, but also kind of exceeded where we thought they could be.
And let's talk about Alabama. Here's Roddy Jones.
You don't do that if Nick Saban's there. You don't poke that bear. It turns out that bear can be poked. Yeah. And the Alabama players allowed that bear to be poked, which means the bear's going to be poked a lot more. Like the veil has come down and the emperor wears no clothes. Like the wizard is behind the curtain. The allure around Alabama is now definitely gone.
The stigma. They lost the stigma. And they got to fight to get that back. And the only way they can do that is by winning a lot the rest of the season.
It's amazing how one game takes everything away from you in the public view.
I think the combination of last year and then losing the first game this year in the way that they lost that game to Florida State, and then throw in what Florida State did last year, it makes people think, well, maybe Bama is coming back to earth, and it's not Bama anymore.
Well, knew that was going to be the case at some point anyway. But I wouldn't just toss them aside after one game.
No. Too much talent, but golly, if they lay another egg like that. Speaking of laying eggs, we were talking about it yesterday. Nick Saban, when they lost to Louisiana Monroe, that's who they play this week. Here's Nick Saban talking about remembering that loss against Louisiana Monroe.
That we were at Alabama, we lost to ULM. You may not even know what that stands for, University of Louisiana Monroe. And it was the most humiliating defeat, maybe, of my entire coaching career. I think we had 5 guys suspended by the NCAA. We had 3 more suspended for disciplinary reasons. We played horrible in the game. I was almost ashamed of how we represented the university in the program. We fumbled the ball 6 times. So we end up getting beat in the game, so everybody's disappointed, fans are disappointed, coaches are disappointed, players are disappointed. But when you're the coach, you have to go in the locker room after the game and try to inspire your guys when they didn't perform very well. Then you have to go to the press conference and try to explain to people why you played so poorly. Then you have to go to the recruiting room and try to talk to the recruits that it's not really going to be this way in the future. So then, after all that humiliation, I get in my car to drive home, and I don't have any gas in the car. So now I got to stop at a self-serve, put some gas in the car, and I used to wear my LSU national championship ring. So I go to pay the guy, and the guy says, "Wow, what's that ring?" And I said, "That's a national championship ring, and we're going to do the same thing here at Alabama." And the guy looks at me and says, "We'll never do it as long as that Nick Saban is the coach."
That's a great story.
That is a great story.
All right, that's a look at what's trending. Anything else you want to throw out there?
Amari Cooper has informed Raiders that he's retiring. So he recently signed a 1-year deal to continue playing, and he was going to play for Raiders once again, but he's decided to go another direction. He's retiring.
Has he commented about it? Just curious what happened.
This happens with players at times. They'll get in and they'll realize they just don't have it anymore. And when he got traded last year, he really never brought anything to the table with Bills that were a championship caliber team. And now he was going somewhere to go back to where his career began and to help them get back on track. But he probably got in there, saw some of the receivers, saw the tight end there and how great he is, and Brock Bowers, and just realized it's not there anymore.
I'm done. Probably was thinking it, and that helped him realize I'm for sure done. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Brian Edwards will join us, VegasInsider.com. Get some picks from him. He does have some thoughts about tonight's game between Dallas and Philadelphia. And then Joe and I will finish making our picks. We'll get out of here. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Get in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on Out of Bounds by Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville.
This is SportsCenter.
Arkansas Razorback head coach Sam Pittman took part in the SEC teleconference yesterday. He talked about the historic first matchup with Arkansas State this Saturday.
Coach Jones has done a wonderful job at Arkansas State. You know, steady, getting better each and every year. Won a lot of games here recently, 6 or 7 out of their last 9 or 10. Won their bowl game last year. They have a lot of speed. Well coached, and looking forward to going over to Little Rock and playing the first game ever between Arkansas State and the University of Arkansas.
Arkansas State head coach Butch Jones also spoke to the media about the matchup.
Here in the state of Arkansas, it's monumental. Both institutions have never played before, so that's really kind of hard to believe, but these schools haven't played, and then we're going to play the game in Little Rock. So again, it's going to be a great, event really for the entire state of Arkansas.
That game will be at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Coverage can be heard on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of Triumph motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge rides. We have the Bonneville Bobber, Daytona 600, the TF450X, the stunning Elvis Presley Edition, and the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. You get the idea. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
College football is all about finding that next generation of stars, fresh talent, big plays, new energy every season. That's the same approach behind Flight by Yuengling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. Just 2.6 carbs and 95 calories with real beer flavor that keeps up from kickoff to the postgame recap. So whether you're tailgating or celebrating a big win, make Flight your go-to. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA.
50 years of the open road. The motorcycle that launched a feeling is back. Honda of Russellville is celebrating with the 2025 50th anniversary Honda Goldwing, a legend reborn for the next generation of riders, because it's always been about the journey, not just the destination. Ride into the future with a Goldwing or Goldwing Trike in stock now at Honda of Russellville. Find us on Facebook or visit hondaofrussellville.com.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. All of us who have played sports are familiar with choking. When the pressure is on, it can be difficult to perform up to our abilities. Tommy Fleetwood had 30 top 5 finishes on the PGA Tour with 0 wins. So when he finally won at the prestigious Tour Championship, everyone was happy for him. So for all of us who have failed, don't quit. Victory may be closer than you think. Stop by and register at your nearest Doublebees for your chance to win a brand new Bad Boy 550 4-wheel drive side-by-side purchased from the Bad Boy Superstore in Searcy. This terrific Bad Boy 550 side-by-side will be given away on a special broadcast of Drive Time Sports October the 8th. Need not be present to win.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter Agent Lawrence Forrester in Cabot, Steve Fisher in Stuttgart, or Kyle Stone in Pine Bluff today.
Make your yard the envy of the neighborhood with Cabot Outdoors. Right now, purchase a Hustler Fast Track Series mower. Get your choice of a free pressure washer or generator. An unbeatable bonus of up to $799. For the month of September, get an extra $500 off. Supplies are limited. Offer ends September 30th. The Hustler Fast Track delivers precision, comfort, and durability for homeowners who demand more. Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pine Street, Cabot, or take a look on Facebook.
Out of Bounds, live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio.
Welcome back. It is Out of Bounds. Got football tonight in the NFL. We got Brian Edwards with us, VegasInsider.com. Follow him on Twitter, Vegas B Edwards. Hey, Brian, how's it going?
What's up, fellas?
It's all good. All right, let's start with Cowboys-Eagles tonight. It's a big line, gone up. Came out early and not so big. Now it's up to 8.5. What do you think?
So I bet the Eagles at -6.5 right when it opened, a couple months back. I can't recommend it at 8.5. If you agree with my thought process on the Eagles, though, there are a lot of other options that I'm okay with. First off, I made a bet on Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown, rushing that is, which is pretty pricey, around -150. So I wouldn't risk too much. I also like them in a teaser with the Commanders. Now, if it's 8.5, as long as it gets it down to 2.5, I'm good on that. I like that would be the Commanders just to win outright and Philly to win by 3. If for whatever reason, if it gets to 9 and the teaser would get it down to 3, maybe do money line parlay instead, and maybe even add Denver to it to give better odds. I also did a little bit on A.J. Brown over 70.5 receiving yards. And I'm not – now, this morning I bet the Eagles team total over 13.5 in the first half. I see it's moved to 14.5, though, so I can't endorse that anymore either. But I can't endorse -2.5 in the first quarter. I wouldn't risk much, though, because the Cowboys can obviously score offensively, and if they get the ball first, we might just run out of time there. But there's just a couple other ways to bet the Eagles. But my main play, I would say, is Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown and teasing the Eagles with the Commanders.
Also, tomorrow night there's a game in Chiefs-Chargers. You have some thoughts on that one?
Yeah, as long as it's 3 or fewer, or 3, I feel like there were a couple of 3.5 earlier today. Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs have had all offseason to stew on that pimp slap they took in the Super Bowl, and I think they're going to come out focused. And I just think they're the better team, especially with Rashawn Slater out for the season, stud offensive tackle for the Chargers. I mean, I think the Chargers are good. I mean, I don't have anything against the Chargers, but on neutral field, if I can get Mahomes -3 or fewer, I'll take that. The last 9 games for the Chiefs, when they are -3 or fewer, or the underdog, they're 8-1, but straight up against the spread. And they've won 7 in a row in this rivalry, 5 of those 7 wins by at least 3. So I'll take the Chiefs. I also did the Chiefs season win total over. You can get that at 10.5, 11, or 11.5 at various odds. I think they win at least 12.
Brian Edwards with us, VegasInsider.com. Follow him on Twitter, Vegas B Edwards. Let's stay in the NFL. You got thoughts on Lions and Green Bay?
Yeah, I like the Lions plus the 2.5. I still think they're the best team in the NFL. They were the best team in the NFL last year. Unfortunately for them, they had a crazy string of bad luck on their injuries on the defensive side of the ball. They went into the Commanders game with 6 starters on defense out, but Amik Robertson, their corner, he limped off the field on the second play from scrimmage, and he was out the rest of the game. So, I mean, they were going against Jaden Daniels with 7 starters out on defense. I don't know if any NFL team could have, dealt with 7 starters out and still beaten the Commanders on that night. So, anywho, they did lose Frank Ragnow, which is big, and they lost another lineman in Kenneth Dietler to the Titans in free agency. But they got Tate Ratledge, a 2-time All-American from Georgia, in the draft in the second round. They've got their second-year mauler of a blocker in Christian Mahogany, who's going to replace Dietler, and I think he'll do well. They have 10 of 11 starters back on defense. So I still think they're the best team in the NFL. And they've had a lot of good luck against the Packers here lately, giving the Lions plus 2.5.
You have some season totals for NFL teams and some division winners that you really like.
I'm sorry, say it again. I couldn't hear you, Joe.
Season totals and division winners that you like NFL-wise.
Oh, yeah. So I like the Lions to go over 10.5. I like the Lions to win the NFC North at plus 160. I was betting it at a worse number before the Parsons trade, but the Parsons trade made the Packers the favorite. So no problem. Better odds. Let's bet some more on the Lions plus 160 to win the NFC North. But my favorite win total is the Commanders over 9.5. I've got them 11-3 with 3 swing games. So if you get an alt line with better odds at over 10.5, I'm not against doing that as well. But the main play, for the most investment-wise, the Commanders over 9.5 wins.
All right, let's talk some college football with Brian Edwards. Let's start with Iowa State, Iowa.
Yeah, so I got Iowa State minus 3. At last look, a lot of books had moved to 3.5. Now, it's got to be 3 for me to like it. So whatever you got to do, buy the half point, or maybe it moves back to 3. Whatever the case, I only like it at 3. So, they come across the pond from beating K-State, and they're playing a good FCS team last week in South Dakota. They were only 16.5-point favorites, and they win 55-7 and wrote back in 2 games now, 68.8 completion percentage, 461 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks. He's got a rushing touchdown as well. Now, Iowa had been dominating this rivalry. They had won 6 in a row, but now Iowa State has won 2 of the last 3, and I think they're off to a really nice start, and I think they get it done minus 3. They are 9-5 against the spread. Their last 14 is home favorites. So Cyclones minus 3 for me.
Vandy at Va-Tech. What do you think there?
Yeah, I made Vandy a 3-point favorite in this game. Virginia Tech's on a short week, having played on Sunday in a pretty physical battle as well, whereas Vandy had an easy game, cruised 45-3 over Charleston Southern. Diego Pavia only played 2.5 quarters, but was really sharp, 20 of 25, 175 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Also had 44 rushing yards on 8 attempts. So Vandy now, with Diego Pavia, they're now 8-6 straight up, 10-4 against the spread. But as an underdog under Pavia, or with Pavia under center, 8-2 against the spread with 5 outright wins, and as a road dog, 4-0 against the spread with 2 outright wins. The line tells us it's going to be a close game, and that's bad news for the Hokies because during Brent Pry's tenure, they are 1-12 straight up in 13 one-possession games.
Wow. And
under Pry, they are 16-22 straight up, 18-20 ATS. I think Diego Pavia leads Vandy to victory in Blacksburg.
All right, I got a little kind of rivalry game with Missouri and Kansas.
Yeah, I made Missouri a 10-point favorite, so I like them at 6 or 6.5. Although it was a FCS team, my biggest question on this team was Bo Prabula, the quarterback, and again, albeit against FCS competition, but very sharp last week. 23 of 28, 283 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. And he's a legit dual threat. He had 65 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns on 10 attempts. Their transfer running back from ULM, Ahmad Hardy, who was first-team All-Sun Belt as a freshman last year, had 100 rushing yards and 1 touchdown on only 10 carries. Mizzou has now won 11 in a row at home and 17 of 18. The only loss when they had a late fourth-quarter lead, and Jaden Daniels led LSU back to a comeback win a couple of years ago.
Wow.
And I know that those are straight-up numbers, which are irrelevant because we got to win by 7. But during Mizzou's 11-game home winning streak, 7 of those wins by 7 or more. I think Jalen Daniels, the stud quarterback for Kansas, he'll make plays and he'll keep it a close game for a little while. But over the course of 60 minutes, I think Mizzou will get separation. They're better in the trenches on both sides of the ball. I like Mizzou to win 34-21.
How about Illinois at Duke?
Yeah, so this is not Cameron Indoor Stadium. This is not hoops. This is not a big-time raucous environment in Durham. Now, they have been good at home since the start of the Elko era back in the beginning of 2022, but Illinois is the better team here. They've only been road favorites under Belima 3 times, but they're gone 3-0 against the spread in those games. Going back to last year, Illinois has now won 5 games in a row, 12 of their last 15, and quarterback Luke Altmaier's last 16 starts, 30-7 TDI&T ratio. Give me Illinois -3.
All right. A lot of great stuff there. Brian, we appreciate
and
it.
Wes, we got a look-ahead line from DraftKings next week. Ole Miss -12.5 Arkansas.
Wow.
But Arkansas has been outstanding as an underdog under Sam Pittman. In fact, they are 23-11-1 against the spread in 35 games as underdogs. So Arkansas catching 12.5 at Ole Miss next week.
Wow, the early line out. That's good info. Thanks, Brian. We appreciate you.
Thanks, all. Y'all have a great weekend.
Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com. Follow him on Twitter, Vegas B. Edwards. What do you think about that line? 12.5 against Ole Miss in Oxford?
That's another big line.
Yeah, that's a little surprised.
It is surprising.
Yeah. I thought it'd be single. You know, I'm field goal off. I was thinking 8, 9, 12.5. Okay.
I guess giving more credit to the home team there.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. I guess too we remember what happened last year. We'll take a break. When we come back, Joe and I'll finish up the show with making our picks for the NFL season. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Robert Irwin Jewelers 6-hour, 60% off sale is this Saturday from 10 to 4, only at the Pleasant Ridge Town Center location next to Fresh Market. Everything in the showcase is 60% off this Saturday, 10 to 4.
It's a legit 60% off sale. Do not miss it.
People who suffer from long-term chronic joint pain spend so much of their time acting, putting up a carefree front. It's exhausting.
I was really tired of trying to act like I wasn't in pain because I was in pain all the time.
Rick Rawlings didn't want everyone else to know that he was coping with agonizing shoulder pain 24/7.
Yes, I had to put on a face to cover up my pain.
But then Rick found QC Kinetics, offering new lasting treatments for joint pain using natural biologics. Treatments designed to restore and repair joint tissue with no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. The results were amazing.
I am very glad. It changed my life doing the QC Kinetics. Today, my shoulders feel wonderful. The cranky Rick is gone. He's not grouchy anymore.
No more acting. Feel like yourself again with a call to QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. 501-214-5880.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen, founded over 10 years ago by Daniel and Vanessa Ellison, Arkansas Municipal Equipment specializes in refuse and recycle equipment. They lease and sell trucks, trash carts, and roll-off dumpsters. But they don't just sell it to you. You can get parts and service for all makes and models for refuse equipment. Their technicians travel the state to take care of you.
AME, it's the service after the sale.
When your name's on the paint job, your primer better hold up. Painters trust Kills primers for serious adhesion, stain blocking, and a finish that lasts. Now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick it up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results. Faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Arkansas Razorback defensive lineman Quincy Rhodes joins Big Sarge and the crew on Fishing Arkansas each week. Brought to you by D&D Sun Control, Rollin' Wraps, Elite Motorsports, and Shorty Smalls. Quincy Rhodes with Fishing Arkansas every week on 103.7 The Buzz.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of Triumph motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge rides. We have the Bonneville Bobber, Daytona 600, the TF450X, the Sunning Ever Special Edition, and the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. You get the idea. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio. Gwatney Chevrolet. Driving, trust every mile.
I tried to make it Sunday, but I got so damn depressed.
Oh, weather is awesome. That cool front's going to come through. Saturday, the rain's going to move through. It's going to be absolutely a beautiful weekend. It's a great time to do some car shopping. Gwatney Chevrolet is ready to deal. Still paying top dollar for quality cars and trucks and SUVs that you trade in. They are going to surprise you with the money they'll offer you for that vehicle. They want to make that deal done. They're looking for some good ones. Got a lot of quality cars and trucks, SUVs on their used car lot. But they got the new cars, too. The Silverados, the Trax, the Tahoes, what was the other? Traverse. They are full right now. Go check them out. Go to the website. It's GwatneyChevrolet.com. You can see all the inventory. And then you can pick out a couple of vehicles and go to the James Street exit in Jacksonville. They're going to take care of you at Gwatney Chevrolet. They treat you like family. That's the way they've been getting it done year after year after year. It's a friendly car buying experience, one that you'll tell everybody about. That's why I do it. I bought several cars out there, Gwatney Chevrolet. James Street exit in Jacksonville. All right, wrapping it up in the Gwatney Chevrolet studios. We've been Joe and I made our picks. We made our picks for the division winners, the wild card. We got to do Super Bowl. That's it. And then we got some Player of the Year awards to go over.
Okay. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to start?
Let's do
Super Bowl.
Let's do Super Bowl last.
Okay. All right. Okay. So MVP. What are you thinking there?
I am going with Jamar Chase. I think he and the Bengals are going to have a huge year. Just every time I watch him play, I am just blown away with what he can do. Actually, I made a mistake. That's my offensive player of the year.
Okay.
My mistake. MVP usually is going to a quarterback most of the time.
Right.
I am going to double it up and go with Joe Burrow as your MVP.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I went with Jaden Daniels, thinking that he'll build upon that season from last year. Commanders continue to get better, and I think he'll have a really good year.
I like that pick.
Offensive Player of the Year, you already gave yours.
Yep,
Jamar Chase. I'm going Jahmyr Gibbs. Even though they split carries there, Lions, you can see how explosive he is and the good things that he does when he's on the field. So feel good about Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, I like it too. I think he's going to start stealing some carries and plays from David Montgomery. I think they realize what they have and what an offensive weapon he is. And not all of them, but just in the past it may have been a little bit, I don't want to say it was 50-50, but because it felt like Gibbs was getting a few more opportunities. But I think that will continue to grow. Defensive Player of the Year, here's my little curveball. I went down the list a little bit. I'm going Max Crosby, Raiders.
Like it. He got paid, and he's in that conversation for one of the better defensive players, definitely one of the better rushers in the league. And that's a good pick there. I'm going T.J. Watt simply because there are some years that maybe he was deserving and he didn't get honored with the award. And then this year, I think he's going to be dynamic and he'll be rewarded there. But only player, and of course they started recording sacks after a certain point, only player to ever lead the league in sacks 3 times. So there have been players that have done it twice. He's the only one that have ever done it 3 times, and he's won 1 Defensive Player of the Year. So I think at some point he'll win a second one. Comeback Player of the Year. Or no, let's go rookies. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I think this one may be a no-brainer. Ashton Genty. I think he's going to get the ball a lot with the Raiders. They're going to force feed him. He's going to get some passes thrown his way. I think I know you could go with Cam Ward, but I think Genty with that offense, and he has got some players, so it's not just all focused on him because they'll be able to throw the ball. I like Genty a lot.
How about Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year?
Yeah,
Travis Hunter. Yeah, you could do both.
Good.
But I went with a running back also, but I went Trey Henderson from Patriots. Travion Henderson. Think he's going to get a lot of carries, and he's going to have a really good year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
Think with that defensive line there, Giants, they're going to be dominant, and he's going to be a big part of it.
I went with Michael Williams with the 49ers. I think he is he just seems like a 49er. I think he steps in, has a huge year for that defense.
Comeback Player of the Year.
Dak.
Oh, just simple as that, huh?
It's simple. Dude's going to put up over 4,000 yards. Huge numbers. Gets to the wild card. It's a great story. Maybe in the conversation for the MVP. Burrow edges him out. They give him Comeback Player of the Year.
Guy that had the early lead for Defensive Player of the Year and had a number of sacks before he got hurt.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Good.
He's going to be Comeback Player of the Year.
It's a good one. Coach of the Year?
Coach of the Year, this was difficult. But I went with Sean McDermott. I think it's time for him to win a Coach of the Year.
I went with Jim Harbaugh. I think the Chargers get in the playoffs. They pushed the Chiefs this year, and Harbaugh gets that Chargers team over the hump and is named the Coach of the Year.
Like that. And now we get to Super Bowl matchup. What do you have?
I am going with the Washington Commanders. Bengals to switch it up. Commanders, Bengals. I was almost Commanders, Bills. Almost. But I'm going with the Bengals.
Well, if you had gone Commanders, Bills, we would have had the same pick. So that's where I went, Commanders, Bills. And kind of lines up with Sean McDermott.
Yeah.
Winning Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year.
And Jaden Daniels winning MVP.
Mm-hmm. That's good. We weren't too far off. We agreed on a lot of those things. All right, let me see here. Go to the D3 Auto Sales text line. Also need to check the Matt. What's Matt say? Matt, what was the old song y'all just played? Coming out of the break. I can hear it in my head.
Yeah.
Doesn't do you any good.
Sister Golden Hair by America.
Oh, wait. Who's winning? We got the Super Bowl pick, but they're asking who's winning. Commanders? Bills? Commanders? Bengals.
Yeah, do we ever – I don't think we ever pick a winner. We just – but, I mean, I guess we can. I go Bills.
I'll go Commanders. NFC East does it again. There you go. Thanks. I didn't even think about that. 901. Good one. What's the over-under for Brian pressing buttons while on the call? Today was a longer segment. He had a lot of picks, and so there were a lot of beeps. Mm-hmm. I've got to – I forget every week. I swear every week I'm like, I'm going to call him or I'm going to text him and say, dude, we got to change something up. And I fail to do it, and we call him. The segment starts. I'm like, oh, God, I forgot to call him. Oh, God, I forgot to tell him. That's got to be a goal. I got to do that. I got
You said a goal.
That's got to be funny. A goal of mine. Fix that. It is. It's annoying. I agree with you. I'm sitting here listening, and it's annoying. And that's a simple fix. 501 says, well, you got a lot like Coach Balima. Brian called him that. Did you hear it? Did you catch it?
Yeah. He's called him that before.
What's the over? Oh, I read that. Or is that two different? Yeah, two different people texted in the over/under on the times Brian pushes the button. You're funny. This guy is pushing my buttons. Brady and Conway. What is up with all the keystrokes? How does this happen? I have no idea. I don't know if I've ever been on the phone with somebody and done that. Maybe accidentally once, like you drop the phone and you're like, catch it, I caught it, and I hit the number. Sorry about that. But over and over and over, I have no idea how that's happening.
You know what's funny about it is if you do it, you don't realize you're doing it. So
you don't?
No.
You don't hear it on your end?
Well, I don't know about that. And no, I wouldn't think that he would, because if he's hearing it on his end, then
he would stop.
Right. But so that's the whole point. Like you said, you don't think you've ever done it.
Yeah.
You may not know.
Maybe I've been doing it all this time.
Yeah.
Wait, we're going to test that. I don't know. Answer your phone.
Which phone?
The phone in your hand.
It's not ringing.
Okay, oh, God, I called the wrong Joe. I called Joe Foley.
Oh, well, hey, you should have let him answer.
Sorry, Coach. You're right there next to Joe Foley, and I hit the wrong button. All right, so phone's ringing now. I called the right Joe. There we go. All right, here we go. So I'm talking. Well, first of all, the keypad's not even up when I'm talking.
Right.
So you shouldn't even be able to do it. You'd have to hit keypad, but you hear that if you accidentally hit it.
Right.
Okay, so how is that?
And, of course, we're getting feedback through the mic.
Okay, how is that happening if the keypad's not even up when you call somebody?
Well, maybe his phone keypad pops up automatically.
Is he talking on a landline? Are we calling him on a landline and he's got the old school dial there?
No,
Push
he's not
button?
on a landline.
No, it's not. It's his cell phone because I text him on that number too. That is – all right, I got to get to the bottom of that. He's hitting the keypad with his cheek. I know, but that doesn't make sense because the keypad shouldn't be up when you call somebody.
No.
Or when they call you. You have to physically hit that button for the keypad to come up. Wake up, Wes, and get out of the dream world. Dallas won't even sniff the playoffs. We shall see. We're going to see. I like this offense a lot. But I thought Mickey nailed it, too, that offensive line. That was a big issue last year. Now, injuries were a part of it, but for a team against like Philadelphia, it's going to be the key. Somebody says some people think Morning Mayhem has some issues. That's our biggest issue. They think it's the phone line. You think it's our phone line? It's done it with almost every interview. I did hear it once with RD, Richard Davenport, but I don't remember it with Mickey.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it'd be a phone line. Not on this end.
Somebody says it's happening all day, every day.
Oh,
Not
really?
just us. All shows.
Well.
Yeah, Jake says, I think y'all have a gremlin because the keypad sound happens on every show, every guest, it seems like.
I don't remember it being every guest. Though.
Yeah, I don't either. All right, we'll keep a tab on that because tomorrow we got loaded, full of guests. Lee Sterling will join us. ParamountSports.com. We'll get some picks from him. We got Steve Sullivan. He's in the studio, though, so no keypad beeps. Neil Atkinson will join us. And then we'll make some picks for the weekend. All right, it's going to be a fun day. I hope you can join us tomorrow. Have a great night. Enjoy the Cowboys and Eagles. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Drive Time Sports is next.
Hi, this is Ted Upshaw from Accountable Roofing and Remodeling. Let us bring our over 30 years of experience to your next project. We are certified shingle masters, licensed, bonded, and insured. Are you one of the thousands of Arkansans who has received a non-renewal notice from your insurance company due to the age or condition of your roof? We can help. We offer multiple financing options from help with your deductible all the way down for zero down for the entire project. Call today for your free evaluation, 501-621-0500, or visit us at accountablerr.com.
Get in the conversation with life and feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on Out of Bounds by Gwatney Chevrolet in Jackson.